No to co, decyzja. Albo zaczynamy, albo czekamy na
A
opening.
ile się czeka na
Czekamy.
opening?
Nie wiem.
Max minutę chyba?
No, niedługo.
Dobra, to możemy.
Okej.
No
Czekajmy.
bo mi tak smutno było ostatnio, jak po prostu zaczęliśmy, nie poczekaliśmy na piosenkę po prostu. To jest jakby tradycja została przerwana.
O.
Hell yeah! Let's go! Polska. B? Co to było?
Ustawiam za puszczu top, żebyście nie chowali.
O!
Ja się postaram was nie zarazić moim kaszlem przez mikrofon. Co zjadł?
Kto nie... Co? Czemu nie jest z siebie dumny?
Powiedział, że coś zjadł bez dodatków.
Zjadłeś kostkę cheddara samą.
Czemu?
Dobrze, dobrze.
Mogłeś to usmażyć chociaż.
No co ci chodzi? Ser jest dobry.
Ja lubię ser, ale jakby sam ser to tak
No, nie, bez przesady.
jakby taki mały kawałek samego sera okej, ale jak więcej tego sera to już jest paskudne. Niedobrze
Jest
mi się
taka
robi.
męska potrzeba wgryźć się w kostkę sera.
Yy,
Nie zrozumiesz. Nie
No nie-
zrozumiesz.
nie zrozumiesz chyba, bo
Nie,
nie
no,
jestem
jak to-
mężczyzną.
Na Nikonie Remil powiedział, jak poszedłem do sklepu, żeby mu kupić 2 kostki sera po 400 gramów. Się go tam, pewny jesteś. Pewny jesteś. Znaczy najpierw mi powiedział, żeby jedną kostkę kupić, ale potem Frania przyszła i powiedziała jeszcze jedną, drugą jeszcze kup.
A, bo Frania jest psychiczna i je całe kostki sera i masła. Boję się tych ludzi.
Masła?
Tak!
Ojeju, ojeju.
Dobra, to nie,
nieźle.
nie.
Jest,
Przesada.
Niektóry ty byłeś na... Jezu, co to był? Sylwester?
A, to ta potrawa, której zdjęcia robiliśmy?
Tak! Tak! Dokładnie.
Test smalcu na ogólnym.
O nie! A ja lubiłam jeść.
Słynny
Jak byłam mała,
pierwszy,
lubiłam jeść kanapki ze smalcem.
słynny pierwszy komentarz.
Żeby kto? Smalc.
Sprawdźcie sobie.
Ech.
Miałeś to stestować, a nie całe ojebać, kurwa.
No ale było takie dobre, że zjadł.
No, tak?
Kostkę. A to wygląda jak taki człowiek sobie zeżarł kostkę z palcu.
Mhm.
Ale to jest niedobre.
Widać po wzroku.
W tym z...
Nie, nic nie mówię więcej.
Wszystkie kostki smalcu boją się tego wzroku.
Nie mogę.
Ale
O.
kostki sera, zjadanie kostek sera nie jest taki zły pomysł, jeżeli się je usmaży. No w końcu Czechosłowacy takie jedzą, nie?
No,
Nie, wtedy jest okej.
Nie no, ser mi się zdarzało jeść sam.
No ale taki mały kawałeczek, na przykład plasterek, czy taki gigablok.
No takiego gigabloku to nie.
No właśnie. Czy możemy zacząć grać, bo już jest Butler na ekranie.
Dobrze.
Halia.
Ignorujemy go totalnie.
Cicho. They aren't here. Where'd they go?
Daily.
Daily, czy
Zaczęliśmy.
możesz czytać?
A tak, mogę. The servant room and the kitchen are both empty. What in the world happened?
Mama! Where's mama? My letter! The letter I got from Bito! Give it back! Give it back! Wow!
Perplexing. Butler-kun, are you sure it was Aunt Rosa?
Well, even if I was half asleep, so I'm not well, even if I was half asleep, so I'm not sure. But I get the feeling that in the early morning, Aunt Rosa came in and fished around in Mary's handbag. I figured that was probably a tube of toothpaste or something in there.
Why would there be a tube of toothpaste in Mario's handbag? Looks like you were a little more than half asleep.
I vaguely remembered Rosa entering the cousin's room. Also, when Maria woke up before the rest of them, she started rampaging around, saying that someone had opened the envelope she'd been keeping safe. Putting two and two together, they figured that Rosa had probably come and opened the envelope.
A letter from the Golden Witch. I wonder what was inside.
I don't know. But that envelope was for grandfather's personal use, and it had the Ushiromiya family crest on it. Whatever was inside, it must have had some connection to the family conference.
She hadn't let anyone touch it, but yesterday, Maria had shown that envelope off to Battler and the rest a whole lot, so they remembered it well.
Ooh, mama, give it back. Mama, give it back. Wow.
O, to nowe. Tego nie było.
Nowy
Well.
dźwięk odblokowany, nowy neuron.
Well, if you're right, it had to be pretty important. Why would this my witch give something that important to Maria? I don't get it. Every once in a while, the refreshing morning atmosphere was completely wiped out by the sound of thunder. It was only natural. Since the moment they'd woken up, they hadn't met anyone else. It felt like only they were left, as if the mansion had become an empty husk. Wy też nie słyszycie muzyki?
Nie słyszę
No
muzyki.
nie ma muzyki.
No.
Czyli nie ma. Dobra, okej. Nie wiem, tak zawsze była.
Hey, anyone there? Answer me!
Jessica called out into the hallway and eventually an answer came back. It came from the entrance hall.
I can hear you. Has something happened?
It's Dr. Nanjo. Thank goodness. It looks like everyone but us hasn't disappeared from this island after all.
Dr. Nanjo, good morning. I'm sorry, but do you know where our parents went? Dear me, I only just woke up and came here. You see, I have no way of knowing for sure, but let's see.
It was only natural. Natural was like a guest just like the rest of them. He'd come just to pass the time in the parlor until breakfast.
Ooh, Dr. Nanjo, mama took it. Mama took my letter. Give it back, give it back. Ooh. Jezu, ona płacze.
Maria buried her face in Nanja's plump stomach, sobbing and crying.
Plump.
Plump. Nanja could do nothing but be bewildered by this ruckus so early in the morning. Someone's running this way. Jessica! Someone's coming! From down the hall, they could sense people running hurriedly. They saw Koda and Kanon coming towards them. Normally it would be disgraceful for a servant to run inside the mansion. And yet, Battler and the rest didn't even think to question that now. No, something had become so unimaginable they wanted to ask someone, anyone, where Rosa was. But the two servants seemed to have bigger things on their minds than Jessica, who was waving at them. Goda flew into the servant room, and when Cannon noticed that Nanjo was there, he bowed and approached the doctor at a quick pace before whispering something into his ear.
Tak mu powiedział.
Did you say Rosa
So true.
did-
Fakty.
Kotka zobaczył po prostu.
Pluje faksami.
Już to było.
Przeczytamy.
No.
Tylko chlebek trufanka.
Yes, I will guide you, so please accompany me.
Ja słucham. Słuchałam, naprawdę.
Understood.
This way.
Anything more than that, Cannon finally noticed Jessica and bowed to her. But he wasn't calm. He dashed back down the corridor by which he had come, followed by Nanjo. But looking at how hurried they were, Battler and Rez realized that, yes, something bad really had happened. They saw Goddard through the door to the servant room, which had been flung open. He was holding the receiver and violently pressing the hook. From that, they realized that he was trying to call the hospital or the police. In any event, he was trying to call someone because a serious emergency had occurred. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Mama, give it back! Give back my letter! It's an invitation to the Golden Land! Ooh.
They didn't know what, but something was happening. Butler and the rest chased after Cannon and Nanjo. And then we realized. Cannon had called Dr. Nanjo, but he hadn't called us. So we shouldn't have come with them. I wonder if Alice regretted her excess curiosity when she chased after that rabbit holding a clock.
Daily.
Lady.
Daily! Daily! Hello, Daily.
Ojej.
Oho.
She died.
Dopadło ją.
Wiedźma ją złapała.
Nie.
Czyli jednak zaraziła się przez mikrofon i umarła.
No.
O nie!
A tak się zarzekałem, że nikogo nie zaraża.
Przepraszam, dopiero sobie ustawiłam push to talk i jeszcze musiałam pomóc niebowi i musiałam w ogóle
Ojej.
Wszystko się dzieje, ojeju.
Spokojnie, nic się nie dzieje, Daily.
tak lizą, nastąpił. Przepraszam. No, you mustn't go in. You mustn't look. Jessica-chan, no!
No!
O nie! Chcę ucięcie.
Mother, father, what happened? Oh!
Ooh!
What the hell is this? This goes way beyond that. Isn't taking someone's life bad enough? What the hell is this? going to all the trouble after they died of sitting them on chairs, losing their stomachs and pulling their entrails out? You went to all the trouble of stuffing their stomachs full of sweets? Why the hell would you do something so fucked up? Wow, Butler, spokojnie.
Ej, ale
Ja
co
rozumiem,
za
ale
Nie można
spokojnie.
przeklinać.
Ja rozumiem, że twoi
Pan
rodzice
nie
zostali
wolno.
zamordowani, ale nie przesadzajmy. Damn it! Nice job, you bastards. Just great! Grrr.
It would be best if everyone went outside. They certainly wouldn't want you all to see them like this.
Andrew told the children to go outside, but no one listened.
No bo drama się dzieje, czemu by mieli wyjść?
Jakoś cicho jest ta muzyka teraz.
No.
Wiesz co? Ja chyba wiem dlaczego.
Sprawdź w
Czemu?
ustawieniach. Może muzykę masz
tak.
ciszyć czy coś.
W systemie zmieniałem głośność.
O!
A, teraz jest
Teraz
super.
jest super głośno. Super jest.
Rosa, son, please tell them. If they keep looking at something like this, it will do nothing but harm. Kurwa, samolotny.
Trochę tak.
No. Rosa regretted her own carelessness. She should have realized that the children would eventually come here. She should have put it locked up instead of standing around stunned. So the children had come here. They had seen it.
W poprzednim epizodzie też widzieli i co? I umarli wszyscy i tak.
No właśnie. A widzisz, a nie widzieliby, to by nie umarli.
Myślisz?
Może. Nie wiem.
Rozumiem. Ja też czasami myślę.
To dobrze. Surely, at this very moment, they were having a sight burned into their eyes. That was far more grotesque than the shocking needle Rhoda had witnessed in her youth. While she hugged Maria, who seemed to be too shocked to show any emotion at this gruesome scene, Rosa cried for them and their parents. The four groaning and crying voices, their sadness, continued to echo in a place that should have known God's love.
Oh, the irony.
You piece of crap, again! Another one of these murders? And this time, you made it all elaborate, killing them like a total joke!
A to Butler jest teraz świadomy tego?
To jest jak oni... To jest tak, że Butler i Beatrice sobie oglądają, co się dzieje.
Aha. To nie wiem, Daily, czy ty chcesz czytać Beatrice w końcu, bo tak... Co się dzieje?
Coś mi się jebie w ustawieniach, nie wiem.
No.
Ale mogę. I was rather hoping you'd thank me, not cry and grieve.
Thank you? Did you say I should thank you, you old bitch?
What?
Damn it, if there's something wrong with your ears, I'll cut them both off so you can hear better.
Wow.
Should have to see that in the same way of killing and say, "Oh, thank you very much, Peter-sama. I'll beat your brains out."
In the last game, you lamented the fact that you couldn't see your parents' faces after they died, yes? So this time, I licked them. Didn't touch them. Take a good look, for without a doubt, your father and the rest have been killed.
Really? What a nice reason. I'm so fucking happy. I swore I'd blow your face after I choked the life out of you, but I'll take that back now. I'll rip you out your guts instead.
Don't get into emotion. Don't stop thinking. My game has already begun, right? I decided to leave you neat and tidy corpses this time.
Don't stop thinking.
Do you know why? When you denied my existence in the last game, you used this line of thinking. Their faces were crushed, so the identity of the corpses can't be confirmed. Therefore, we can't eliminate the possibility that fake corpses were prepared to create an alibi. Unless that possibility is denied, a human culprit theory can still be built.
What she said?
Ale bitwy są fajne twarze.
So, Butler, isn't it okay to leave the examination of the corpses to Nanjo? Isn't it traditional in mystery novels for the doctor who performs such examinations to be an accomplice? Then don't leave the examination to him. Do it yourself. Make completely sure that without a doubt, the 6 corpses are the 6 people they're supposed to be. That they really, really are dead. Not just pretending. If you wish to confirm that your father and mother have been killed by having their stomachs cut open and their entrails pulled out, you'd better stick your head inside their stomachs and feel around.
O, zniknęła.
Zniknęła. No nie no. I won't cry, damn it, I won't cry!
Bro, you're literally crying.
Butler suddenly yelled. His tears were still dripping down, but as though scolding himself for being a sissy, he slapped his face several times with both hands. Even so, the tears still wouldn't stop. However, he felt a hot blaze in both his eyes. Whoever's responsible for this piece of work, I'm gonna pay their debt completely. So this isn't time to cry. Gotta think about what to do. It's useless! It's all useless! If you've got enough time to cry, then think. This is no time to let yourself cry. Rather than genuine anger, maybe it was something more of an evasive anger to blot out his sadness. However, it gave a little courage to George and Jessica, who'd been crushed by the sadness.
That's right. Even if we cry, it won't change the reality of what has happened.
Damn it. What should we do? What should we do for Mom and Dad's sake?
Rosa-sama, I have returned.
Rhoda-san, what happened with the police? What did they say to you to do? Did they say when they think they'll be able to get here?
As to that, it seems the phones have been broken down. I also tried the emergency wireless, but maybe it's the weather, but that isn't working either.
What did you say? So we can't contact the police? It's this person. They did something to the phone line, made it so we can't reach the cops.
Wow.
When she heard that the phones had broken down, Jessica immediately decided that it was the work of that mysterious guest. Their eyes were bright red after so much crying, and they began to grow even redder with rage.
With age.
Age? Właśnie coś...
You're
Coś
so
jest z tym
rude
się
to
mikrofon
talk about it, right? I understand
Yes.
everything.
O, okej.
That's right. I get it. Who killed Dad and Mom?
Beatrice!
It's obviously her. It's gotta be that witch or whatever who came yesterday. I'll grab her by the collar. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
Groźnie, naprawdę.
Raźnie.
Złapię ją.
Jessica, wait. Go to the come go.
Yes, ma'am.
Milady, wait.
Covering her uncomfortable sadness with anger, Jessica ran outside, torn apart by emotion. Thinking about it hastily, maybe the mystery guest who'd arrived yesterday, Beatrice was suspicious. However, in that instant there was absolutely no proof that she was the culprit. At this moment, she's just another ghost. No more, no less. So, Rosa, making a cold decision, was forced to stop Jessica in her rash rampage. Goda and Canon picked up on this immediately and chased after her.
Nie wierzę, że Rosa zachowała się jak dorosła.
The guest that no one invited, Beatrice, be the culprit?
I understand how Jessica feels. I wish I could think that too. It doesn't matter who, I want someone to be the culprit so I can bash them right in the face. But before that, we need a clear understanding of what's going on. Who is this Beatrice? I haven't even seen her face.
If you're looking for her face, it decorates the big portrait in the mansion. You still don't remember after looking at it for so long?
Come on, Maria. What's so funny in a situation like this?
Beatrice is a witch, and the ceremony to open the door to the Golden Land has finally begun. Those 6 people are sacrifices. Come, let us begin the witches' banquet. Tonight is Halloween, so now the witches will gather to celebrate.
6 października?
Tak.
Maria, how many times have I told you to stop laughing that creepy
Cześć,
boy?
nieby.
Halo,
Hello.
kopnijcie Daily, żeby spojrzała na priv.
Patrz na Priv Daily!
Wow, dziękuję za informację.
Brosy, czy wy jakby nie mieszkacie ze sobą?
Ale ja poszedłem na zakupy i idę w dodatkowe
okej.
miejsce.
Właśnie słychać na
Nie
telewizji.
Rozumiem.
widzi chyba wiadomości. Daily, jak chcesz coś z King Crossa, to mi napisz.
Aż taka przyjęta Umineko jest, no ja nie wierzę.
Bonus Umineko content.
Moje ulubione.
The crisp sound of Rosa slapping Maria's cheek echoed through the high-ceilinged chapel.
Au!
Ever since it started ending yesterday. No! Ever since the island was followed by the typhoon, I felt as if something was wrong. It was bright and sunny when I arrived on Rokkenjima, but since I'd gotten up early and was sleepy, I took a nap. When I woke up, it had already started raining.
Jezu, czasami tak bywa w Polsce na przykład.
And ever since that time. Nie wiem, może to w Japonii dziwne i nienormalne jest.
Że pogoda się zmienia w ciągu dnia?
Nie wiem, chyba. Suddenly, a mysterious visitor calling herself the Golden Witch Beatrice arrived. It felt like I was sinking bit by bit into a bizarre world. What the heck happened when I was napping? Am I supposed to believe this island was sealed off inside a different world? Or common sense doesn't apply?
Gensokyo.
Bro.
Who is this person called Peters? Is some unknown person trying to involve themselves with the inheritance problem? Just like our parents were freaking out about a dinner last night? Or is the culprit the switch from the Legend of the Call? Just like Maria said. Even if we set Jessica's temper aside, given the circumstances, it's probably safe to say that this visitor person is the most suspicious. But we mustn't make up our minds based on that alone. It's useless. It's useless. So useless. I smacked my fangs with both hands again, cooling off my brains before they overloaded, even though it might have been a wasted effort.
This is one of grandfather's envelopes.
On the tray piled up with sweets that decorated the table, George Aniki found a western envelope that had the Ushiromiya family crest on it in a gold leaf. And it was unopened. Which means it's probably meant for us, right? If it was something that and the others read, it should be open.
It seems your reasoning is correct. It's written right here. Someone wrote to those who remain.
A, wszyscy razem. Daily.
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 Nie, nie
Daily.
pokazaj mnie, ona potrzebuje pomocy sprawcy z tego sklepu.
Będę mieć Arizona tak było.
Oh wow! Na
Mocno.
bogato ja widzę.
Smakuwa.
Is that a letter the culprit left? What's inside?
Aniki, let's open it! After nodding silently, George Aniki broke the seal. A folded letter came out.
I'll read it. Welcome to Rokkenjima, members of the Ushiromiya family. I am Beatrice, the alchemist for this family employed by Kinzo-sama himself. That letter really was a joke. Nie no, to chyba Blue Moon powinien czytać.
Dobra, kontynuuj, nie ma go.
This Beatrice, who called herself the family alchemist, had announced that... No właśnie, jesteś, okej, no teraz twoja kwestia.
Okay, słyszę. Had announced that she was collecting the gold she'd lent grandfather, along with interest. And that interest was everything grandfather had created. Since the strategy was right before our eyes as this paragraph was being read aloud, it clearly wasn't referring just to the wealth that grandfather had built up. It was literal. Everything that grandfather had created, in other words, all of grandfather's descendants, were included in the interest. You bastard! What a screwed up contract! Lives as interest for gold, you say? This is almost like a contract with the devil, isn't it? You think that makes you look more like a witch? Don't make me laugh.
Special clause. However, if someone is able to discover the hidden gold of this contract, Beatrice must abandon these rights for all time. Kinzo-sama has already publicly displayed the location of the hidden gold within the epitaph under my portrait. In other words, it's something like this. If these murders represent her collecting interest, then she's telling us to try and find the gold she gave grandfather if we want her to stop. And she's also saying that the secret pointing to the goat is hidden in the portrait epitaph.
So basically, this is a letter of challenge from the witch. She's telling us to try and solve the code that points to the hidden goal if we can. If we can't, she'll keep clinging to the Intrus's plan. I'll beat you to death. Bring it on!
Butler Cone, look.
The table was covered with sweets, so even though those things were out in the open, we just assumed they were sweets too. I mean, come on, you see them a lot, right? You know, those boxes of chocolates shaped like gold ingots.
Nie no, to jak monety są.
No. Może mu się pomyliło z Toblerone.
Bra.
Bo ja wiem. There's no box of candy. It's a real thing. This is a real gold bar.
It's inscribed with the crest of the one-winged eagle. I heard Mother talking about this earlier. This is a gold bar from Grandfather's Legend of the Gold.
Gold ingots weighing a full 10 kilograms. A whole 3 of them were piled up in the very center of the table. It was where a cake would be placed if it was a birthday party. In other words, this was without a doubt the birthday cake of the party known as the family conference.
If these are really 4 nines, purity inos, they are worth about 60 million yen.
You stupid bitch! That's way too cheap!
Bro!
6 of our parents have been killed, and the gold you throw out, wait for it, it's basically 60 million yen? Don't take up for fools, damn it!
O Boże, sorry. So it has begun, Beatrice. It's not like anyone can solve this riddle anyway. So Beta will definitely win.
Bito.
Quickly, open the door to the Golden Land and take me with you. Mocne, muszę przyznać.
Jumpscare.
Milady, please, calm yourself.
Wow, od razu lepiej.
We still don't know who the culprit is, and Beatrice-sama is an important and honored guest of the Masters.
So what? If we grab her by the collar, she'll definitely confess. If I can just look her in the eye, I'll know. I see through her. A witch? Beatrice? Yeah, right. I'll expose her.
Wow.
Jessica never stopped moving. Koda and Kanon chased after her, doing their best to convince her to stop, but Jessica never lent them an ear. Eventually, the witch's VIP room came into view. This VIP room was always sealed and never used. No matter what kind of guest came, Kinsa wouldn't let them there. And yet, the servants were always made to clean this room, so it could be used at any time. So the servants had started calling this room the witch's VIP room after their second shapeless master. Jessica knew about this too, and she couldn't forgive the arrogance of the ones who called herself a witch by staying in that room. The Golden Witch was just a fairy tale. Come on, a witch? To Jessica, she was nothing more or less than the murderer who had brutally killed her parents. Question her, hear her pitiful excuses, make her splur in pain, gasp, and anguish. No matter how hard she pretends to be a witch. Oh. So, w sumie... Daily? A dobra, już to kończę. A future that she's just thinking sweetie human. As Jessica yelled with all of her strength, she hit the door to the VIP room. It was
Mocne
definitely a
to było.
knock. That sound was the beating of her anger's hammer, as if she was determined to break the door down if it wasn't opened.
Open up, Beatrice. Come out. You hear me, right? Open up.
There was no answer. Jessica grabbed the doorknob without any reservation, but she felt the resistance of the lock. She turned around to see as the two servants and spoke.
The master key unlocked this, right? Use it.
Milady, that would be horribly rude.
Bro, ludzie umarli.
Although Goda was flustered, he still tried to somehow calm Jessica's anger. After hanging his head silently for a while, Cannon pulled a master key from his jacket pocket.
Adam-san, are you sure?
Yes, I'm fully aware it would be rude if she happens to be in there. At any rate, if Beatrice had nothing to do with that incident, all she has to do is give us a satisfying explanation.
That's right. Exactly. Let me borrow that.
Jessica snatched the master key from Cannon's hand and violently shoved it into the keyhole. Immediately, there was a small sound, and she felt the lock click. Then, without asking permission, she flung the door open.
Beatrice, where are you? Come out.
Jessica rudely stepped into the room, the witch wasn't anywhere to be seen.
That bitch. She's not here. Where the hell did she go?
Yes, she doesn't seem to be here.
Jessica, thinking that she might be hiding somewhere inside the room, peeked behind the curtains and under the bed, but she couldn't find anyone. However, there definitely were signs that the bed had been used, and though it was only a vague sense, the atmosphere in the room felt a little soft. It wasn't the hot atmosphere of a place normally devoid of people, like the chapel. You could definitely tell that someone had spent the night in this room. But she could not be seen. In reality, neither Jessica nor Goda had met Beatrice. They had only been told by those who had met her that she looked like a double of the character in that portrait. So they were doubtful about what her face really looked like. However, Cannon alone had met her. He understood what kind of being that witch was, what kind of personality she had. So he knew that forcing their way in there, here, in search for her, definitely wouldn't work out. She must be watching us bitterly fly around in vain from somewhere, sneering at us. She's that kind of person. Because he was looking at things that way, Cannon was the first to find it. The other two were concentrating on finding the shadow of the person, so they didn't notice. Near a water jug on the side table, there was a single sheet of letter paper. On it was a short message, and nearby was a fountain pen which had probably been used to write it. Cannon had already come to understand the witch. After finding the corpses, they'd been overcome by rage and barged in here, only to find no one, so, of course, the witch would mock them. You can mock someone unless they know they're being mocked. So, winner was... That's what this must be!
Milady, there's something written here.
Something written? What?
Jessica dashed over and violently snatched that piece of paper away. She probably wasn't trying to be violent. She just couldn't control her strength right now.
What the? No, fuck with me!
As soon as she read the message, Jessica went into a wild rage, crumpled the paper up, and threw it.
Jezu, co tam się dzieje?
Then she grabbed the light stand by the bedside and finally swung it around, mercilessly hitting the walls and furniture with it.
Nie!
She lost it.
Nie, pobiła kanona! Tak nie
To nie
można!
lampa!
The light bulbs all shattered at once, and fragments were scattered across the room.
Crazy woman.
Milady,
tak.
please calm down. You'll hurt yourself.
No shit.
Go! Then come out, Petrie! How could you do that to Mom and Dad? You think you scare me? I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll beat you to death! So show yourself! I told you not to let go of me! Damn it!
Was written on the paper. Did you think I'd be that senile to just sit around here waiting for you to come bragging in? You're way too inelegant for this intellectual night. I can only imagine what the parents who raised you to be such a moron must have looked like. Alright, I saw them, and they look just as moronic as you. Now their bellies are full in the land of sweets. It was the sort of thing that Rich would write. It meant that she'd predicted that one of the children who'd lost their parents would come running in here. If she's lying somewhere in this room, she must be rolling around laughing now. The witch was that kind of person. She sneered at people's misfortune, using it to stave off the burden of 1,000 years.
Hand it over. I am telling you, you will hurt yourself. Mm.
O,
Wszyscy wiemy co to jest.
trzeba. YouTube jeszcze poprzednich chyba nie ściągnął.
Jeszcze nie, to znaczy, że
Jeszcze
można.
nie.
Dostaliśmy
Tak, to
pozwolenie.
znaczy, że można.
Czyli można. Dobrze. Goda snatched away the light stand Jessica had been holding. After all, if she kept swinging it around, she might end up smashing it against something, which could cause serious injury. To Goda's eyes, Jessica probably looked mad with rage, burning herself up with the flames of anger. But Cannon's eyes saw it differently. Those are probably tears of sadness hidden by rage. So, when the light stand was taken from Jessica when she started crying on the floor, scratching out the culprit was almost as though she was groveling. Coda was surprised, but Cannon was not. Of course, she had lost her means of crying by lashing out in rage.
Daily w ogóle ci nie słychać.
No, nic nie było słychać.
Ale to chyba już mój problem z wysokością głosu.
A może trochę ciszej to zrobić?
Uuu. Naprawdę, no.
Considering that she was the daughter of the Shirmiya head family, she was in a very shabby state. She scratched at the carpet with her nails, and even her feet were scratching. Jessica cried very, very hard. Because if she didn't, her rage would start building up again and swallow her up. And over and over again, she remembered a humiliating message. I can only imagine what the parents who raised you to be such a moron must have looked like. Przecież widziała.
Like me, they were really smart. Don't you call them morons? Take it back! Take it back!
I saw them, and then looked just as moronic as you. Nah, their bellies are full in the land of sweets.
I kill her. I kill her. I slice open her stomach and how she likes it.
As Jessica
Oh,
cried and
wow.
screamed, she triggered an asthma attack. The servants watching her over her hurriedly ran up to her and wrapped her back, but that only provoked Jessica's wrath.
Help! If you've got time to do that, search for that bastard. Find him and bring him here. If you want to go, I will. And I kill them with my own hands. I slice open their stomach. Don't touch me! Damn it! Damn it!
Jessica got up unsteadily as her asthma continued. She went out into the hallway.
Milady, your medicine. Quickly. I will call Dr. Nanjo.
Goto-san, would you leave this to me?
Kind of noticed. Jessica, who was vastly separate from her in age, probably couldn't sense the tears in Jessica's heart. Gone on! Cannon, who had noticed, had to be the one to support her.
Kanon-san, are you sure?
I believe Milady needs some time to cry right now. Considering that she saw her parents killed like that.
You're right.
Goda also understood. And he knew that Jessica and Cannon had shared a vague relationship with each other. So he understood everything and left it to Cannon.
Very well. I will go back to Rosa-sama. Please take care of Milady.
Jaki szczęśliwy się zrobił od razu.
Nie musi się
Nie
tym
ma
zajmować.
roboty!
Nie musi się
Hell
zajmować
Tyrant!
jakimś
Yeah.
nastolatką głupią.
Yes, leave it to me.
Cannon's voice was frail, but he nodded firmly. After looking at his eyes, Koda nodded firmly as well. Koda was a veteran with many years behind him. He'd seen a great number of people in his life. So he knew the vigorous sparkle that could be found to the eyes of those who possess self-control. He had surely seen that in Cannon's eyes. So he would leave this to Cannon When you think about it, maybe this was the first time Koda had ever trusted Ken and relied on him for a job. Jessica, still suffering from her asthma, seemed to be heading towards her room, though she kept leaning against the wall. Cannon followed her wordlessly. If she had asked for a hand, he would have leaped forward and supported her, but until Jessica did ask for that, he chose to hide himself, watching over her from a distance where he could come to rescue her at any time.
Celebrities.
Mocne.
When people feel their hearts are about to explode from sadness and want to have someone by their sides, you can bet 10 billion of them would want to turn around and find someone in the place of Cannon stood now, as he watched over Jessica from behind. Then, finally, she doubled over in front of the door to her room. Asthma attack had stolen all her strength, and her thoughts had gotten hazy from the lack of oxygen, making it impossible to stand up again. But right then, Jessica didn't think she wanted someone to lend a hand. She still hadn't been able to overcome the flames of anger. Even if someone had offered her a hand with good intentions, Jessica would have wanted to tear it off right then. She knew how unfair that would be. So she definitely wouldn't ask for help unless she overcame the fiery anger burning inside. Jessica had probably lost willpower even to call for help. Ken heard it. He definitely heard it. Ken definitely heard that voiceless call for help, once heard by miserable grievers from the world around. An endless scream that no one ever seems to hear. Jessica quietly knelt by Cannon quietly knelt by Jessica's side and wordlessly offered her a shoulder. Though Jessica kept calling it thing painfully, she accepted it, unlocked the door to her room, and entered.
This way. I'll prepare your medicine right away.
Jessica often said that when her asthma got serious enough, it hurt so bad that it felt like she'd vomit up her whole stomach. Her face was pale and her gaze wavered, and yet the coughing continued. Even so, her sadness was probably even stronger. After having her sit on the bed, Cannon took a bronchodilator from that cute little basket on the nearby side table and handed it to her. Jessica sometimes forgot to take her medicine with her. Whenever this seemed to have happened, Cannon would take notice and simply carry around the inhaler from the first aid kit in the servant room, but he hadn't done so today. Aww. He scolded himself as though wondering how he could call himself furniture after failing to bring it with him on a day like this. Then he remembered the day when he'd used a war and somehow betrayed Jessica's feelings. It jarred Cannon's heart, but he felt like it would be indiscreet to think about something like that. Considering how Jessica felt now, and he locked it up inside the depths of his heart. When she held her medicine, Jessica's wild breathing calmed down bit by bit, and she was finally able to regain her composure. But she lost too much strength and willpower to get up from the bed.
Are you alright, milady?
Right. And stop over and on and that. And after I try a bit more, oh,
Słabo cię słychać. Choć
Tak.
w sumie od
Mm,
początku
bardzo.
byłoby cię dość słabo słychać.
No to było takie
Z
Bardzo
basenu
radio.
nagrane.
Canon regret his poor choice of words. Did he really say you were right to her? Was he really that clueless of the pain in her heart?
clueless.
Bardzo. This will make him furniture. This is why he can become human.
I will be in the corridor. If you need anything, please call me immediately.
Can understand that she still needs some time to cry alone. He told her to call him at any time, bowed, and tried to leave the room.
right.
Do you need something?
Jessica had spoken up as though she wanted him to stop, so Anne had stopped. If she asks it, I'll do anything I can to help her. Wiem.
Right now, I'd become even a cane or a chair if it would help ease the pain in her heart.
Ten keeps racing. Się zmienia w stół.
On bardzo chce
I
być
am.
meblem.
Tak. No tym marzę.
If by doing that, I could make up for the pain I dealt to her heart on that day.
Wow. Jessica stared into Cannon's eyes. It was as though her reason for stopping him was something she couldn't put into words.
Kropki.
For a while, neither spoke. Jessica broke that silence with a small voice.
I'm sorry. It's nothing. Could you tell Rosa that I want to be alone for a while?
I won't let you be alone.
Mocne.
Romans.
Yes! Czekałem na to cały dzień.
Huh?
I won't let you be alone. So, I will be in the corridor. Please, call for me anytime.
For an instant, it looked like some kind of hope had fled into Jessica's eyes. But it was very fine, and disappeared like the first snow on the surface of a river. Umys debila.
Thanks. Let me cry alone just for a bit.
Yes, excuse me.
Cannon bowed once again and closed the door. He thought those words of his would give her some courage, but now it felt as though they actually hurt her for some reason. Why? He didn't know. I think that was because he was furniture. That was why he couldn't grasp human sadness even now. Cannon ma autyzm.
Myślę, że
O
każdy, kto
nie.
chciał być meblem.
Połowa z tych osób w tej grze ma.
To prawda. As Canon repeatedly questioned himself, he walked down the corridor. He felt like the window at the corridor's end was slowly calling on him, to him.
In the end, am I nothing more than furniture after all?
To jest silniejsze od niego po prostu.
It was still pouring outside. A dark, grey world. Even on days like this, Shannon would surely see the ocean and know that it was blue. But to my eyes...
But to my eyes, even if it cleared up, I would only see grey. Until I can understand the blue of the ocean, I'll be nothing but furniture, imitating a person.
You don't really understand a woman's heart, do you? O Jezu, to Beatrycze. Bailey. Bailey. Mam za ciebie? Wezmę
Bez
czego.
odzewu, więc chyba tak.
No. You don't really understand a woman's heart, do you? At times like that, you ought to silently remain by her side. That's why you're furniture.
You!
There shouldn't have been any trace of human life in this corridor. It had been an empty corridor filled with frigid air. But those scuffing sounds approached Cannon from behind. When he turned around, she saw a witch. A witch! Beatrice! Who hadn't shown herself when Jessica had searched for her with a rage bordering on madness. And who had left it secret there to toy with Jessica.
Black Pill poradnik będzie.
No i kto teraz? Co robimy?
Daily.
Czytaj.
Daily.
Tylko
No, nie
jak
ma.
daily nie będzie.
There are three ways to hurt a woman. Let me teach you them. One is to hurt them with a blade.
No całkiem prosty sposób.
Another is to hurt them in their heart.
Teraz mnie zaintrygowała, jaki jest trzeci sposób.
Hello?
O, jesteś.
Czytaj.
The last way is the most difficult and most effective method of hurting them. And yet it can hurt them without you even realizing it.
Jak coś, to ona wymienia sposoby, jak zranić kobietę.
Pewnie miłością.
Tam
Do
już
you
było
know what
hurt her heart, nie?
How could I know? I don't even want to know.
It's to betray their expectations. No living being is more of a dreamer than a woman. They make up dreams all on their own and end up hurting their own selves. A distant man like you hurts women the most. You couldn't understand. You have no idea how deeply you wanted Jessica. After all, you're furniture.
I have no intention of playing along with your nonsense. Did you appear only to sneer at me?
Don't be be so full of yourself, furniture. You all am the worst sneering at. Still, though you may not be worth my time on your own, if the two of you are gathered, that's all I need. The pleasure that comes from my laughing at the fate of young couples never tires me.
What did you say? You don't mean Milady is going to be...
Damn. Whoa!
I need two who are close for the sacrifices of the second twilight. The two of you are truly convenient.
Jej, George z Shannon są uratowani.
Wait! Don't misunderstand. Milady and I don't have that kind of relationship. We can't become the sacrifices for the second twilight.
That's why you heard Jessica. That's why you cannot become human. Then there should be no problem. If you want to admit you have feelings for Jessica, I can accept them. But I will kill her.
Why?
Już.
You idiot! Isn't it obvious? It'll be fun to kill her and see your face twist in pain. Why else?
Ojeju.
Oj. O.
Following the rules of the ceremony, 13 people will be sacrificed on my whims. However, there is no rule that says I can't kill more. If it amuses me, I can kill any number of people. So I will. Make me laugh as hard as I can. Come on, the furniture.
Oszalała.
Żeby
At that
oszaleć,
time-
musiała być zdrowa psychicznie najpierw.
A,
a-
faktycznie.
Też racja. To też racja. At that time, Cameron definitely heard Jessica scream. When he blinked and looked down the corridor, the witch who'd supposedly been there so nonchalantly just a second ago was gone. At that moment, he was just standing there all alone in the corridor doing nothing. Człowiek debil. And the person he wanted to protect was asking for help from far away in that direction. It's always what he should do. It wasn't illogical. It was an electric reflex. Without a trace of hesitation or distraction. There was a person he wanted to protect, and she was asking for help. And at that moment, she genuinely wanted the person by her side to view him.
O-o.
When he flew into Jessica's room, the scene that greeted his eyes was a bizarre one. The room had become a fantastical world, where a blizzard of gold-flowered specks danced, almost as though gold blade had discovered inside a snow globe. No, that's not it. I've seen this spectrum before. This isn't gold leaf. It's countless golden butterflies. Beatrice's minions!
Wow, jaka animacja była.
Jessica was surrounded by countless butterflies, waving her hands around, trying frantically to drive them away.
Milady!
Help!
Cannon rushed toward Jessica and violently brushed a cloud of butterflies away. The butterflies, which were sickening despite their beauty, surrounded Jessica's face, trying to claw into her mouth and nose. Jessica choked violently, almost as though the butterflies were triggering an asthma attack, mocking her. But when Cannon ran towards her, the butterflies stopped attacking and began to dance an elegant rondo around the pair.
It's okay. While there's still life in me, I won't let anyone lay a finger on you.
Ale Riz.
Uuu.
Ooh.
Come out, Beatrice! Are you happy now?
As he stood guard in front of Jessica, who was using her inhaler and seemed to be in pain, Cannon yelled into the empty air. And when he did, the empty air didn't indeed laugh back, satisfied. Then, she showed herself. It wasn't in response to Cannon's demand. It was obvious because appearing and seeing would bring them even more humiliation. Plus, it was more fun.
Now everything fits to the plot. Now you're carved on the chopping board.
Święta?
No, since we've got a pair of you, should I call it duck with green onions?
O co chodzi z tym zielonym tekstem?
Jeśli to jest na zielono, to pewnie to ma to jakieś znaczenie w japońskim, którego nie rozumiemy. I jest chyba jakiś
Brawo.
słowniczek w grze, w menu.
Nie, Ryuki się po prostu pomyślał, ale śmieszne. I to
A,
jest
no
No, zielony font.
tak. Po prostu jak to napisał, to
Ale
tak
po
się
prostu
śmiał.
green onions, a wiecie co jest jeszcze zielone? I jest green onions lace.
Green Onions
Nie.
to jest taki utwór na
Nie.
Hammondy.
Nie mów takich rzeczy.
Tam są... Chodzi o lace'y.
Niewątpliwie.
Na pewno. To na pewno jest powód.
Dobra interpretacja, co nie?
You.
Oryginalna
Beatrice!
interpretacja. Dwuja.
Lepsza dwuja niż pała.
Ty
Please,
uważaj
stand
sobie,
by-
co mówisz.
Please, stand back. I'll protect you, milady.
When the princess and knight come together, it's inevitable that the witch will appear. Yes, why don't you show me how much power Kinder's furniture can muster?
She snapped her fingers with a piercing sound. When she did, a blizzard of gold butterflies was stirred up, and they began to form a small mountain as they whirled around in a circle. It was just like the swirling of a cold wintry wind that builds up a mountain of leaves. From that mound of gold, a hand sprouted and appeared.
Ja wiem, kto to jest.
Nie mów, bo to pewnie z
Nie
późniejszych chapterów.
powiem,
No, dokładnie.
ale ja
no,
wiem.
Tak. Aha, patrzcie, spoileruje sobie grę. No,
No
no,
bo...
Wstyd!
Oglądałam
Nie spoilerować.
tych
Wstyd.
aktorów z
Wstydźcie.
Umistek i była ta postać, więc nie
Wstydźcie.
dało się zobaczyć.
W ogóle-
Brawa!
No, też.
Wstydźcie! As though a resident of the world below was crawling up from beneath the ground.
What is this? What the hell is this?
Jessica couldn't remember what she was seeing right now, and her mouth kept flapping open and closed. It was the bite of 80s. Z odruchu chciałem powiedzieć. Z odruchu chciałem powiedzieć.
No way. Masz
It was
przewagę
the bite of
z
wisdom.
smaczem.
Seeing those trying to understand something incomprehensible. Jezu, co to za furas? Czemu?
To jest The Goat!
The Goat, dosłownie.
No to jest
Ale ma
totalnie
muskulaturę
tego.
potężną.
Dziwny
No.
ten Bahomet.
The Goat.
The Goat.
No spójrz na
Dobrze.
niego.
No dobra, no to jest Goat. W
Nie.
obu znaczeniach tego słowa.
To nie jest Goat, tylko to jest The Goat. Czaisz?
No w obu
Spójrz na
znaczeniach,
niego.
no czego nie rozumiesz?
The Goat, ponieważ
Musi być D, bo to jest ten jeden.
z szacunkiem.
Nie ma innych
Dobra,
Albo by się
kuzyków.
była inaczej powiedzieć do takiego człowieka, nie człowieka, Goata.
Kozy.
Tak.
No. The thing crawling up is probably an attendant who served the witch. He appeared to be wearing a uniform suitable for those who served. But its face was wrong. It looked strange. No, to jest furas.
Strange. Koza.
It was covered with pitch black hair and breathed rotten breath, and its eyes were filled with the same strange subterranean glow as lava. And
Wściekła koza.
to symbolize its non-human status, it had two horns. It was the figure of a goat-faced attendant who served the witch.
The Goat.
The goat. By now, Jessica had no idea what she should say. Prawda. All this happening in front of her couldn't be explained with common sense, and she couldn't do anything except open and close her mouth. Jessica hadn't realized. She hadn't realized that this island had already been cut off from the rules of our world. But there were some things even she could understand. This goat
The
attendant
Goat.
served the witch and was after her life. And apparently the witch hadn't really given it the order. She was looking at Cannon with an expectant gaze. She looked at him with an expectant and therefore challenging gaze, as though asking him how he intended to protect this maiden. Though
Goat
the
ją
attendant
wie.
had looked especially bestial while crawling to its feet, you could see in the way it carried itself that it possessed more than enough grace to be worthy of serving the Golden Witch. And could you tell her it was overflowing with the joy of furniture, wanting to meet its master's expectations? Będzie wrestling.
Ale super!
The Goat versus Canon.
Myślę, że no The Goat tutaj
Ma
duża
przewagę.
przewaga wagą i wzrostem.
No, może,
Myślę, że
może.
to jest nierówna walka.
Ale słuchaj,
i
Canon
Goat
nagle
powinien
wyciągnie krzesło.
chudnąć.
Zapasy mebli.
No właśnie.
Well then, oh why don't you show me? Let's see the power of Kansas furniture. This time, don't get the wrong idea, okay? Don't forget that's your furniture. Got it?
Wow.
If you try to continue playing the human even now, this won't be settled by your pets alone.
This goat attendant, the goat attendant, made what seemed to be a silent,
goat.
respectful bow. Was it
This
directed
guy
at
really
its
could've
master? Or was it referred to Cannon, its opponent? Then, on the attendant's hand, a blade of wicked malice appeared.
Wow.
E,
Wow!
Yo!
Fioletowe. Jak Rosalia.
Może to Aiba Anna w przebraniu.
Nie!
Nie wiesz, że Kamio ma Umineko.
Już było.
Ma jeszcze raz, co to za problem?
Już Daily mówiła.
Mówiła to? Nie mówiła tego.
No, wydawało mi się, że mówiła.
Nie.
A co, bo nie
to gitara
załapałem.
Roseli.
Co jest tutaj? Mówiłeś tutaj licznie.
Właśnie.
Czytałam!
Widzicie?
Nie, nie.
Podgłośnij siebie, mam ciebie na 200% i ledwo ciebie słyszę.
Ja wiedziałam, co mówię.
Ja nie mogę sobie dowoli ustawiać głośności streama, także też mam niestety taki problem, że mogę nie słyszeć, jak ktoś coś mówi, bo mam głośno grać.
No tak.
Dobra, ale rozumiem, że Daily
Dawaj.
wstała, idziemy dalej.
Jessica had been unable to understand what was happening before her eyes for a while now.
No goat wyszedł.
The goat.
The goat.
No. All she understood was that this pillow in front of her existed for the purpose of ending her life. And right now, that was enough. Cannon spoke quietly to Jessica, who was hiding behind his back.
Milady, please stay back against the wall.
O
Never-
nie, pod ścianę!
Co
You're
ty?
out.
Never let your back leave the wall.
I co, i wpadnie w jakiś mebel, i co? I koniec.
Nie rozumiem, ona chyba ma patrzeć.
Chyba. Tak, bo oni się będą bić.
No ma kibicować.
Mhm.
Daily.
Hello?
O,
O.
no.
A?
It's only right for the maiden to obediently hide behind the great knight's back. I do hope you enjoy the pleasure of having your life protected by a man. Now, come on, let's have a look at your blade.
On ma w ogóle blade? Czy on tak na gołe pięści?
Nie potrzebuję jakiegoś ostrza.
Jo!
O,
Wow!
Czerwone?
Yes!
Nie wiem.
Jo!
O co chodzi?
Przeszedł w tryb samoobrony.
Tryb samolot.
Bro!
Beautiful. At least when it comes to giving birth to furniture, Kinzo might even reach up as far as my feet.
On go urodził? Wow.
Co?
Wow!
Ej, to jest postępowe.
Mało powiedziane!
To jest postęp. Ta gra w ogóle jest taka postępowa.
Tak, szczególnie w tym, jak Rosa bije swoją córeczkę, to jest bardzo
O,
postępowe.
to jest bardzo postępowe.
Jezu, nie musieliście mi tego przypominać.
Spokojnie, zaraz na pewno się zaraz przypomnieć.
Mam dosyć.
A thing like this can't even be used to trim the roses.
Jaka twarda fraza.
Roses? Jak Rosalia?
Tak, o
Mm,
to chodzi.
tak.
Wow.
Couldn't. What?
Yukishi przewidział bank dream.
Kocham Bank Dream.
I didn't want to show you.
So you've taken it out. How does it feel to expose your humanity in the front of the girl you care for?
Be silent.
What?
Jo, dobrze, kanon.
Sigma.
Sigma Alpha.
So you act composed, even though you're really burning with wrath. Yes, they do say that truly hot flames burn a cool blue. Is that how you are now?
Hold
gas,
Blue
buddy.
Roses, Rosalia.
There's no way I can kill you with my power. You are the moon. I could never smash the moon by throwing a rock. However, in order to manifest yourself, you've had to reflect your image off the surface of the water.
Wow, to jest takie poetyckie.
Hmm.
You are the moon.
If you throw a rock at the surface of the water, you might be able to disturb the moon's image for some time. But that doesn't mean the moon has been smashed. So,
To jest ta cała jaskinia Platona, czy kogoś tam.
Tak.
Tak.
until this life of mine is over, I'll keep on striking your reflection.
Jedziesz, kanon. Sigma.
Nieważne.
I like it, Canon. Begin furniture.
Ale bitwa.
Wow.
Come on.
Kanon to dexterity, a tamte to strength.
Yo.
Zobaczymy, kto wygra.
Ej, ale efekty
Ale animacja
są.
była, no.
O.
Oh, what a beautiful curve.
The witch's words of admiration broke the silence, and for just an instant they broke Jessica's paralysis. Jessica, nic nie rób, ty... Nie teraz.
Am I dreaming?
Come, furniture of the witch. I'll beat you down to the hell you came from.
On się nazywa The Goat. Butler.
Go to that.
Butler jak u Shiromiya Butler.
Butler. Jo, ładnie.
Nie no, mocna ta animacja.
Dużo. A sign of red had been left on Cannon's cheek. The witch saw this and grinned broadly.
Ojej.
Feel free to mutter excuses about how your instincts still haven't returned quite yet. Kanan-kun, stay strong!
Doping.
Bitwa.
Krzesło, krzesło, krzesło.
It's okay.
Siłą miłości
I
wygra.
won't die just yet.
Ale potem już tak.
O, kombo zawali.
Jezu, co to było tak przez pół sekundy biały ekran cały znowu.
O! Koniec.
O, o.
Nie!
No nie,
Nie!
dlaczego cię zdezintegrował?
No słuchajcie. Nie, to było tragiczne.
It's over. It's over. The curve drawn by the goat at its blade through a large arc and empty space.
To było takie smutne.
Cannon wasn't there. He was behind it.
Aha.
Wo-
Okej.
Nothing personal. Go back and wait your masters. To nie ja. Się rozpocznie.
Go back and await your master's return. Die.
Myślałam, że kanon umarł.
Nie, on po
Wow.
prostu ma mocy jak Yukari, stworzył gapa i się do niego teleportował.
To chyba był one shot. Ten...
To był Backstab, ale zrobił go 4 razy.
Wow.
If this battle of drawing sparking curves was chess, then Cannon coming from behind was check.
To było fajniejsze, gdyby grali w szachy.
Na pewno. And press, and press, and press, and press. Use 7 moves and make it mate. Mate?
Please don't.
Perhaps the gold attendant hadn't even been granted the ability to go into death throes. And his knees buckled and fell over. They broke into a bunch of gold butterflies with a pop! So there was no sound of it hitting the ground. Even though I was unable to understand the spell, would surely realize that Cannon had been magnificent.
Nie no, ale ta muzyka w tle, teraz tak się zorientowałem, że jaka jest jak z dżungli, kurczę. Jungle level.
Huh.
Trochę tak.
Możliwe, że royalty free.
So it couldn't win against the handmade piece. It seems you aren't quite that pathetic.
You're next, Beatrice!
Jo, nie rozpędzaj się.
Wow.
The instant Cannon's blade sliced diagonally through the witch's form like a knife through butter, she turned gold and burst. She scoured into several thousand gold butterflies, and for just an instant, the room was filled with the color of twilight. It was just as Cannon himself had said, slicing Peters was just the same as slicing the surface of the water where the moon was reflected. The witch's form, with an ordinary expression on its face, as though she'd been there the whole time, was right behind Cannon. Uh-huh.
You provided quite an entertaining show. Out of respect for that, I thought about letting you off the hook, but your rudeness now has made me change my mind.
Don't lie. I won't let you kill Milady. Even if that's impossible. I won't let you kill her while I'll still live.
You can't even do that much. Do not speak, furniture. Be silent, furniture. Know your place, furniture!
Mocne słowa i wyraz twarzy.
Jonathan isn't furniture! Huh? And what makes you think that? I don't need a reason. Kanan-kun is Kanan-kun. No, his real name's different, but a name doesn't make him furniture. Kanan-kun has his own way of living. That's a noble thing. and it's something he gets to decide for himself. You say he can't have an opinion because he's furniture. Yet he can't live his own life because he's furniture? That's wrong.
Milady, you mustn't provoke her.
No, I have got to make this clear. Kanan-kun isn't furniture. He's human. Why? Kanan-kun rushed to save me of his free will, and he stood in the path of a fearsome witch like you. He had so many chances to just let me go, but he didn't. Self-sacrifice is part of the noble spirit that only humans have. That means Kanan-kun's human, so take it back.
Mocne.
Don't you call Kanan-kun furniture again.
Milady.
Be silent, human. Let's end this quickly, since this is still just the second twilight after all. Now I shall sacrifice the two who are close, who have acknowledged each other's dignity.
Uh-oh.
Well then, arise. Forgive the sin. One of the 7 stakes of purgatory. Lust!
The witch summoned her furniture with a mixture of laughter and anger on her face.
Jo!
O, Asmodeus.
Kto to jest? Co to? Nie wiem, ja
To co?
mogę. Asmodeus of Last, right here.
I've had enough of this farce. Quickly, execute the second twilight. Don't keep me waiting. Got it?
As you command. Hell yeah!
Another weirdos show.
Ale jesteś szczęśliwa z nadciągającego morderstwa.
Hell yeah! Let's go!
Go!
W końcu się coś dzieje.
It took
Jako
Kevin less than an
Asmodeus?
instant to understand.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Hell yeah.
That goat face from a second ago had been nothing more than a pawn to the witch. However, this yearly summoned furniture was a game piece with a vastly different value. Każdy chyba grzech ma jakby swoją postać. Chyba.
O kurde, musimy się jakoś podzielić. Niech każdy którąś ma po prostu. To będzie dalej za mało, ale chociaż coś.
Po prostu będziemy lecieli w takim kółku może.
Wow,
teraz na
I
przykład
must
jesteśmy.
be lucky to be given such wonderful prey. You scared? How cute!
Come, furniture of the witch. I won't be killed by you.
You're acting pretty smart for a dance who can't even follow me with his eyes.
O, Biurma.
Here I go, okay? Hey, where do you want it? Where do you want me to pierce you? Answer me, cutie. I'll be... I will pierce you good wherever you want. Come on, answer me, cutie. Wow,
Don't call me cute.
tsundere on jest chyba. Here I go, you dance. Come on, try and follow me, you blind idiot. Wow, ej, ale Amadeus jest mocna.
Ups.
Muhahaha.
Milady!
Co się stało?
Ona chyba wskoczyła, żeby go obronić.
O nie.
Jakie przeczucie mam.
I couldn't follow it with my eyes, but my guess was spot on. Seriously, you're right.
Nie.
Cannon's back had been the target, but Jessica had predicted it. She had predicted that the witch's target would be the complete opposite of fair and honest. His back. But she had no way to block it. She hadn't planned on it being some act of self-sacrifice. She just couldn't think of any other way to protect Cannon's back.
Mogła go popchnąć.
Mogła, ale jest za głupia na to.
Bez kitu, no. Amadeus górą.
Fakty.
Nie, Jezu, źle powiedziałam jej, nieważne.
Już chciałaś powiedzieć Among Us. Mhm. No nie wierzę.
Ona i tak by umarła, bo Beatrice przewidziała wcześniej, że to Jessica
No
pierwsza
tak.
umrze.
A, no tak.
Zresztą nie sądzę, żeby popchnięcie go pomogło dużo.
Tak, jest za ciężki.
Też.
Unmovable object.
So, she could do
sorry.
nothing but block it with her own body. The furniture of the witch, which had changed its form into a demon's stake, was buried deep into Jessica's back. It was an obviously fatal wound that reached as far as her lungs. To kartą kredytową można zasłonić, jak płuca. Chociaż tak od tyłu to trochę ciężko.
Bro. W sumie, ja myślę, że ona może być dużo kart, jak są bogaci.
To też racja. When she saw this, the witch let out a loud evil laugh. Because he had hit where the witch had predicted. Everything was as the witch had predicted.
O Boże, znowu ta twarz.
What's wrong, Ghana? The Lady Jessica just got killed while you still live, didn't she? Yes, that's it. That face, that look on your face is what I wanted to see. How truly enjoyable. That's enough. Die, make me laugh.
O Jezus, chrześcijaństwie.
Come on, arise, forgive the sin, one of the 7 stakes of purgatory. Wrath!
O kurde, kolejna?
Tak.
A to kto będzie?
Szatan!
Ej, ja chciałam!
Tak.
Jak mogłam być szatan? Nie!
Too late.
Ja biorę szatana.
Ona wygląda jak
kwesek.
No
Klaudia.
chyba, że lecimy chociaż
A,
jak
sorry,
o właśnie Hawusek. O, albo
Zajebałem cię. Nie wiem, co się dzieje. Na czym my
Możesz kliknąć
skończyliśmy?
na tekst i wrócić.
Nie mogę.
Jest, masz tu satan na samym dole. Przedstaw
Titan
się.
of Wrath. Right here.
This prey is yours. Eat him up right now and close the curtain on his stage. Mam pytanie, czy mogę iść do łazienki zanim go zabiją?
Tak.
Dziękuję.
Właśnie przerwy nie zrobiliśmy w ogóle. Tak tylko
Chyba
lecimy
Miałem
cały
proponować
czas.
zaraz robić, ale
No pewnie zaraz.
No
niech
dobra.
daily wróci.
To w sumie by się przydała.
No. Dobra, to robimy. 5 minut, 10 minut, ile?
10 minut chyba.
To
A
10
to
minut.
teraz w końcu?
No tak jakby
chciała
nie było
zanim go
kiedy.
zabije, więc okej, może być teraz.
No, zróbmy teraz, dobra.
To za dół.
Halo.
Jestem.
Jo.
Zrobiłem sobie herbatki więcej. Przeżyję jeszcze dzisiejszy wieczór.
Ja ukradłem kawałek ciasta.
Dajcie mi jeszcze chwilę, z 5 minut proszę.
Luzik, i tak jeszcze chlebka nie ma.
Halo.
Halo,
Ja
Jo.
muszę jeszcze zjeść, przepraszam.
Mój
okej.
tata powiedział, żebym wygrała w grę, bo powiedziałam, że gramy.
Czy da się wygrać w Umineko?
Nie wiem, co
Jak
chłopak
dotrwamy
zrobi.
do końca, to wygramy, tak.
No.
Tłumaczyłam mu, że to się czyta, ale on potem powiedział: wygraj.
Prosta
What
sprawa.
did she mean by that?
No, tyle, żebyś wytrwała do końca.
Do końca Umineko. Wow, mam wrażenie, że to będzie Legendary Day.
O kurczę. Nawet nie wiem, co będę czuł, jak my to skończymy. Chyba pustkę.
No!
Nie będziemy już tymi samymi ludźmi.
No.
Nie. Ten dzień, w którym skończymy Umineko. Co ja ze sobą zrobię wtedy? Nie będzie po co
jakąś
czekać.
Nie wiem.
Poczekamy do tego. jak
Nie będzie po co czekać do następnego tygodnia.
Bez kitu.
Poczytamy inną super VM-kę. Na przykład Subahibi albo coś.
Można być jedynymi ludźmi na świecie, którzy przeczytali Cykonie.
Nie, nie wierzę. Nie istnieją.
Albo można w sumie Higurashi przeczytać. Bo ja nie czytałem Higurashi, tylko anime oglądałem.
Ale
Ja
fake.
obejrzałam pół pierwszego sezonu anime.
No, to nic nie obejrzałaś.
Bo mi się znudziło.
No dobra. Nie pamiętam w sumie, co się działo w tym pierwszej połowie pierwszego sezonu.
Znajomemu pokazać, jak tego permanentnie odpalić Excela na pewno legalnie.
Po co legalnie? To jest żałosne.
Sarkazm, plebie. Sarkazm.
Okej, sorry.
Daily jeszcze je.
Jeszcze
Ja
ja?
też.
Ja.
Dobrze.
Przepraszam.
Ja też jem, Prince Polo mam.
Dobra,
Sigma.
to po prostu będę miał słuchawki, powiecie, kiedy skończycie.
Ja mam warzywka.
Jakie warzywka?
Ja mam ciasto.
Na patelnię, ale trochę słabo przysmażyłam.
To takie mrożone?
Może nie, że mrożone, ale takie twarde jeszcze. W sensie,
Dream!
Czościo? Co się stało?
Smacznego!
Wzajemnie,
Smacznego, smacznego.
wzajemnie.
Ja sobie ostatnio taką dowaloną jajeczniczkę zrobiłem. Na pomidorze, cebuli, trochę czosnku dałem. Oj, jaka dobra była. Wypadałoby, żebym sobie codziennie taką robił, to może bym jakoś żył. Ale no, niestety nie mam czasu.
A kto ma?
Ja zawsze dodaję czosnku takiego jakby w proszku. Do wszystkiego dodaję, bo jestem psychiczna. Nawet do pesto i do...
Bo nie no, czosnek jest super. Nie dziwię ci się.
Ja lubię dodawać wszędzie kary.
O, dokładnie. Też to tak robię. Czosnku też dodaję do prawie wszystkiego.
Ja nie lubię czosnku.
dokładnie.
Przyprawy tanie są. Paprykę też w sumie.
Oj, papryka jest super.
Jakby mi
Uwielbiam
nie
gulasz.
przeszkadza przyprawa, czosnek. Ale jak jest za dużo, to potem piecze. Potem jest eksplozja w gardle i to nie jest zbyt fajne.
Ale zdrowo. Co cię nie
Ja
zabije, to cię wzmocni.
O Jezu, no nie wiem.
Chyba, że jest to zupka chińska buldak.
O Jezu. Tylko nie bulldog.
Paweł w końcu zjadł tego buldaka, ten triple spicy, czy jak to było.
Zjadł.
Na się to zjadł.
On się delektuje.
No przecież,
Dla niego to tam.
doskonale.
Ale jego głos po tym nie
Sopota.
był już taki sam.
No nie. Nie brzmiał na to, jakby były zbyt wesołe.
Streamował to gdzieś, czy co?
Nie,
Nie.
po prostu wrócił po jedzeniu.
Wszedł na VC i był taki... Nie
No,
wiem,
to-
jak opisać ten głos.
Taki... No! To było, no!
Wyobrażam sobie.
Mocne!
Jakby miał się zaraz popłakać.
No, dokładnie.
Kurde, ta warzywka to nie jest pik.
A jakie wzięłaś?
Takie, co mama mi kupiła.
Co tam
Aha,
wiruje u ciebie?
To powinno być dobre.
Jakby to powiedzieć, remont jest.
A,
Odkąd wróciłam, jest jakiś remont u nas w domu, nie wiem czemu.
Pana, w sumie jeszcze godziny policyjnej nie ma.
Nie no, w Grudziądzu nie
Trzeba to
obowiązuje.
Tak, tam jest anarchia.
No.
No tak. Jak w Somalii. Grudzień, Somalia. Samo miejsce.
Halo, wszyscy już gramy, czy co?
policja w Grudziądzu jest grzeczna i śpi w nocy.
Tak. Daję spokój złoczyńcom.
O Boże. Prawie umarłam.
Daily jeszcze je, więc jeszcze nie
A,
zaczynamy.
okej. Daily jedz szybciej, znaczy nie, bo się zadławisz i umrzesz.
Mam luz. Ja mam czas. Ja mam dopiero zajęcia na 15 coś.
O panie.
I to tylko jedne.
Ja mam
Tylko
w
jedno.
miarę późno, bo o 9:40.
No,
Ale
To widzisz, to ja
Przyjemna
przeważnie
godzina.
zaczynam- Nie, dobra, okej, ja zaczynam 2
No,
razy na
w porządku.
7:30.
bo nie chodzę na religię, a ci co chodzą
Ale-
mają na 8. Heh.
imagine.
No.
Ty, to u nas jak była religia, to ludzie musieli przychodzić na 7:00. Wy to luz macie.
Nie wiem,
Spokój.
bo ja nie chodzę od podstawówki na religię, więc ja jestem szatanista i takie tam sprawy. No dlatego jest Amadeus, a kurde mogłam być szatan i by pasowało.
Nie, to u
Satan.
nas jakbym ja nie chodził tam w podstawówce, to byłby wstyd na całą gminę.
O, no tak.
A co nie, to ja kurde, w której? W 7? Coś takiego.
Halo?
No ja
Halo.
podobnie.
Jadłam peskę.
Nie, ja wcześniej.
Już
Ja
zjadłaś?
wcześniej.
Ja właśnie
chyba
nie
przestałem-
wiem.
No, przestałem chodzić chyba mniej więcej w momencie, kiedy było to. No, komunia. Tak, ja nie mam
A.
komunii.
Nie?
Ja
Jesteś
byłem-
komunistą?
Ja byłem frajer i chodziłem do końca.
Tak, nie jestem
Dobra.
komunistą.
Wow. To nie, to tak
No ja nie wiem. Nie
albo w
rozumiem
połowie
tego.
6, albo w 7.
Nie wiem, że ja mam wszystko.
Mogę już jak to.
No to zaczynamy.
O, super.
The prey is yours. Eat him up right now and close the curtain on his stage.
Dalej jest twoja kwestia daily.
No.
Kiedy przestałam mówić?
No, tej nawet nie
Potem jak
zaczęła.
się tekst
Tak.
zmienił.
Bo mi się źle klikło i... If
Alright.
you were a human, I'd say it's time for you to step down. But since you're furniture, maybe I should say it's time for the stage manager to carry you behind the stage.
I am not furniture anymore. I won't doubt that again.
Yes, you're gonna be killed by me again? Your chest, it's so warm and feels so good to pierce it. Come on, let me have another taste, okay? Won't you make me feel really good with that hot, fresh blood in that warm chest of yours?
Wow. O, zaśmiej się fajnie.
O, Jezu, nawet nie złapało przed chwilą, ale się... Znowu nie złapało.
Chyba się
Nie!
nie da. Chyba się nie da.
Na chwilę złapało.
Tak.
Muszę się pobawić mikrofonem, żeby łapało. O Jezu. Nerwiające jak cholera.
Mwahahaha.
There was no way to block it. The sound of a woodpecker filled the entire room. Before he could blink, it was already right in the center of his chest. When you take a piece in chess, the rules say it's impossible for your opponent piece to defend itself. So this is resolved in accordance with the rules. Cannon landed on his knees, and he apologized.
Co, ale low spirit ma kanon jest.
Lol.
Oddał się.
Oh, what?
O,
Not to the witch, and not to Milady. He apologized to
O,
Jessica.
wow.
Oh.
słodko. Szkoda, że go nie słyszy.
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you.
A jednak.
Don't worry about it. You're really cool.
Wow.
Cannon finally fell over. He landed next to Jessica, and the two lay there like the constellation Gemini.
Wow. Umarli razem.
Uh,
You know, Hanan-kun,
You aren't furniture anymore.
Yes, I was too late in realizing that.
I wanted to ask you what your real name was.
Myślałam, że powie Will you marry me, ale
No, trochę za późno.
no trochę tak. A nie, bo to Jessica mówi.
No.
Sorry, to nieważne.
My
O, uwaga.
real name is.
I umrę w tym momencie.
Umrze.
Umarł!
Ale ma na imię. Nieźle.
A. A. A.
Nice to meet you.
Bro.
Coś mu się źle klikło przy kreatorze postaci. Albo mu się bardzo nudziło. In his last moments, Canon wanted to tell her his real name. But Jessica had already fallen into a sleep from which she could never wake.
O nie! Umarła.
So Canon's real name, which he had protected until today, in the end, he couldn't tell it to Jessica. Aha, czyli na pewno nie mamy jednego z lepszych endów.
To takie smutne.
I became human.
Those were the last words Canon left behind.
Boże, co to było?
Jak Wario.
Don't make me laugh. Furniture! Even after 100 years, furniture will still be furniture. Have you ever heard of anyone stupid enough to dig a grave for their furniture when they throw it away? You smash furniture to pieces and make firewood. So all that's left is ashes.
Jezu, ona pali płytą meblową. Jezu.
Oponami.
Cackle. That's how it is.
Tak.
Furniture gets no tombstone. It seems you believe death means an end
Faktycznie to jest...
to your humiliation. But that's naive.
Trzeba napisać do tłumaczy, że tam jest błąd.
I'll show you what it really means to disgrace the dead.
After taking a puff from her pipe, the witch breathed the smoke at Canon's corpse.
Ale smoker, a
bo
tam
coś
co, Zaza?
przetestuję, bo teraz zobaczymy, czy to załapie. O,
O,
załapało!
było słychać.
Jest! Po prostu musiałem wyłączyć całkowite noise suppression. Teraz w ogóle tego nie ma. Więc teraz mi słychać całkowicie.
Niesamowite, naprawdę.
Wspaniale. When she did, Canon's corpse softly floated up into the air and disappeared as though it had been eaten by a mouth in empty space. The witch played dirty until the very end. The corpses of the pair who managed to understand each other in the end were not even permitted to be close. If someone had been watching, they would probably say mournfully, "So this is what you meant by disgracing the dead." However, Peter's was far crueler than that. The reason for that would soon become apparent. O, teraz mamy...
Taka tragiczna scena. Wow.
Dużo się dzisiaj dzieje, bardzo dużo.
No.
Jak nigdy.
Nowe postacie, nowy drop postaci był.
Jeszcze Kinzo
O
żyje.
mój Boże! I see. So it has begun.
Yes.
Even though Kinzo had received news of 6 deaths, his emotion did not waver. The expression on his face as he gazed out the window was a smile, so his opponent in chess game had just made a spectacular move.
Wow.
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 Wow. It was hard to imagine that such an expression could ever appear on a father who had lost so many children at once.
Gouda and Canon followed Rosa-sama's orders and went to call the police. After that, she ordered us to follow your orders, master. What shall we do?
This island has already been cut off from the real world. Mere phones will serve no purpose.
Should I have them stop?
Until the roulette is finished, what they do to pass the time is up to them. Let them do as they please.
Yes, sir.
What we should tell Rosa-sama?
Didn't I say they should pass the time as they pleased? They can sing if they want, dance if they want. They're even free to hang themselves by the neck or jump into a boiling kettle until 30 people die. They can spend their time as they like. If that's too boring, then they can wonder about whether 6 times 9 is 42 or something. That's the answer to the mystery of humanity and the universe.
Nie wierzę.
O, referencja do
Nawiązanie.
Hitchhiker's Guide. Nie wierzę.
Do czego, bo nie wiem, przepraszam.
No nie wie. Niektóry wie.
Autostopem przez galaktykę.
Dokładnie autostopem przez galaktykę.
nie, to jest...
Yes, my apologies.
Shannon cowered in fright at this sudden rage. Genji made a gesture as though telling her not to speak out of turn. Shannon couldn't help but regret saying too much.
However, you two are also free to do as you wish. Genji, and Shannon too. You have done well serving me until today.
Your words are too good for me, but...
We are furniture who have sworn to serve the master. We stand ready to serve you no matter the time. Until the very end.
I want to tell you... Oh yes, I want to tell the two of you about everything. Shannon, I shall be writing a will. Please copy what I say. Genji, please, my usual drink. Piwo!
Ej, myślicie, że pozostali furniczur,
No,
myślicie, że oni mają swoje własne miecze w swoich własnych
Też o
kolorach?
tym pomyślałem.
tak.
Ja o tym
Na
myślę,
pewno.
że bym spoko.
Kto
Nie
wie,
mogę
kto
się
wie.
doczekać.
Ja nie mogę się doczekać, jak 5 pozostałych bab grzechów wygląda.
Obawiam się, że mogą wyglądać bardzo podobnie.
Nie,
Tak.
w sumie to tak.
No dobra, może za tydzień zobaczymy.
Niektóry ty już przeczytałeś tą kwestię
Nie.
by nie złapał. Nie, no to czytaj.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Nanji often recommended that Kinzo write well because of his health, but each time he had, Kinzo had gone mad with rage. Ever since then, you'd think will would have been the word Kinzo hated most. After hearing such words come from his lips, Sharon couldn't help doubting her ears for an instant. Sharon hurriedly prepared a side table and some writing paper. Genji followed his orders and began that usual green, evil drink.
Poison.
Toksyczny drink.
Nalewka z
Trucizna.
Daily.
Nie, biedna Daily. Zmielili ją na soczek.
Było warto.
Na pewno.
I'm ready.
Wyciszyła na chwilę.
Ze wstydu.
Przepraszamy, Daily. Where should I begin? Shall I also speak of my life? It would be fun to leave behind a record of my most memorable games. It can be truly amusing to read the records of old games from centuries past to journey in search of those players' thoughts. So, should the game record of my life lead those in the future to go on a journey in search for my thoughts?
For a while, Kinza pondered over where he should begin, strutting all over the room with his hands behind his back.
Master. Here.
Poczekajcie chwilę, bo się duszę.
O.
O.
Nie duć się.
Zacznij oddychać może. Może pomoże trochę.
No, bez przesady. Co się stało?
Dobra.
Na zmianę wdech i wydech, pamiętaj.
Tak robisz.
Ważne, żeby jedno i drugie było.
Mhm.
Okej, dobra.
O,
Dobra.
już? Dobrze.
Bo do tanga trzeba dwojga.
Ach yes. Thank you, my friend. Well then, if I am to speak of my life, I must begin by writing of my meeting with that witch. Beatrice! Shannon, begin writing. My first meeting with Beatrice took place a long way back. Wow. What year of Showa era was it? It must have been at the end of the war, so...
Chyba jeszcze w Taisho.
O.
Flashback!
Wow.
Młody Kinzo, młody Kinzo.
Beatrice!
To nie będzie.
Nie, to nie
To za
będzie
bullshit. To za bullshit. Chciałbym zobaczyć młodego Kinzo, ale wyglądałby dokładnie tak samo.
flashback. Też miałby pewnie białe włosy.
We took enough time to regain our calm. Ale to ja na pewno?
To ja
Raczej nie.
czytam.
And
took
we...
enough-
A, okej, sorry, nie ma.
Jak chcesz tą linijkę, to proszę. Dobra.
No to pewnie
We took
battle.
enough time to regain our calm. And
Nie
we
no, bo
each
myślałam,
wrote
że
our
będzie
plans.
historyjka jakaś z tego, jak się poznali.
No, to było tak dobre. Tak zostaliśmy oszukani.
Jeszcze nie, niestety nie. Może innym razem. It would be like to say we weren't still torn up. Even now. If we let our guards down just a little, we'd probably start going on a rampage just like Jessica, letting our emotions show with some kind of violence. According to what Goda-san said after he got back, right now Kanon-kun was looking
Czemu na
after
taką
Jessica.
pozę?
Tak, na pewno nic się nie stało Kanonowi ani Jessice.
Czemu on tak
Oj.
ręce trzyma?
On tańczy ten taniec z tego, z Little Company.
Sika, noko.
Nie,
Bawi się w mima.
Boże, ale głupi.
na ogólny ten taniec.
To też, Daily, to też.
Niesamowite.
Albo tańczy taniec Litada.
Taniec Fortnite.
Apparently she was still very emotionally high-strung. No teraz to na pewno.
Nie, myślę, że już jej emocje się uspokoiły.
I see.
Na pewno.
Thank you. Maybe a young kid would have been better at understanding a young kid's feelings.
Ale by
It
pograł
would
Litada.
probably be better if we left them alone for now.
Broń, już nie żyją.
Rosa-san, there is nothing more to be gained by remaining here. The phones may not be working, but tomorrow the boat will come and we should be able to reach the police. We should leave this place as it is for the police investigation.
I agree with Dr. Nanjo. Staying in a place like this for too long will be bad for your health.
No i zacznie śmierdzieć.
Let us return and make some black tea. Cię pachnieć jak Nikodem Dyzma.
Ja przepraszam, bo ja muszę zmienić sobie push to talk, bo mam spację, a spacja klika ostatni przycisk kliknięty, więc mi się dzieją crazy rzeczy na ekranie.
Bro.
No to jest
Polecam
trochę
kontrol.
niebezpieczny przycisk.
Diagnoza, dzieją się rzeczy
Ja
niestworzone.
zawsze daję na control któryś albo alt, bo nigdy nie... Jezu, alt, nigdy nie użyłam alt.
Ja bez przerwy. bo
Ja
mnie
mam
to
na
monitor.
bocznym przycisku myszki.
Ja nie wiem, czemu ja w ogóle mutuję, jak wychodzę. Ja nie wiem.
Yeah, I agree with that. Butler-kun, George-kun, are you ready? Let's look up here. We ought to leave this place as it is anyway, for when the police come.
You're right. Butler-kun, are you okay?
Yeah, I've tried all I can. I'm fine now. The police would surely find some evidence during their thorough investigation, but we weren't old enough to wait for that.
Albo nie i powiadam, że zbrodnia idealna, nie wiadomo kto to zrobił. Sprawa umorzona.
Tyrant.
Koniec. Nie, no nie, to nie polska policja.
Pora na CS-a.
I investigated the chapel in my own way, trying to grab the culprit before the police arrived. After what I figured out was absolutely nothing, frustratingly. I was unable to find a single hint.
Come on, let's go out. Maria, we're going. Don't keep staring at it.
No fun. Mi się podoba. Come, Maria-sama.
Zwłoki mi się
Let us
podobają,
return.
okej.
It's cold here.
Ale w sumie Maria jest taka trochę crazy.
No way. Father, mother, thank you for everything. I will...
Pomyśl, George, o fortunie, jaką zostawili. Firma ojca.
Zadłużona.
Firma staro... No
You
właśnie,
will
ona jest
really become
zadłużona.
a man who doesn't betray your expectations.
Każdy miał długi, jest w dupie.
Tak.
Upsi, no to może się zrzec chyba.
Nie.
No nie wiem.
Upsi.
Upsi.
Nie no, dopiero co umarli. Znaczy nie wiem jak w Japonii, ale w Polsce mógłby się jeszcze zrzec.
O, to dobrze wiedzieć.
No jest ileś tam czasu, kilka dni chyba po śmierci na zrzeczenie się.
To dobrze wiedzieć. After seeing that, Butler followed suit. That curious sound? Looking at their faces, it looked like they were sleeping, but that just made it even more painful.
No śpią na zawsze.
Forgive me for leaving you in a cold place like this. I'll definitely get whoever did this, no matter what.
Pieniądze na pogrzeb zbieraj.
No, przydadzą
Nie
mi
musi.
się.
Na stole leżą.
Nie musi. Właśnie, 4 sztabki są. Się podzielą.
What
Każdy
is-
tą
Trzy.
This. What a repulsive scribble. Did the culprit draw it?
This is worse than Bulgar. How horrible.
When the door to the chapel was closed, We learned about that creepy scribble for the first time.
When we first found this, it was already drawn here. It must have been made by the culprit.
So, supposedly, the culprit was a witch, and this is a magic circle to summon a demon or something.
This is the 7th magic circle of the sun. Don't you even know that? Ow!
Hey, don't I always tell you not to make that creepy laugh?
Maria, go on. What does it mean?
It's a magic circle to escape from physical or mental bounds. And the part written around the circle says the Lord has freed me from my chains. I will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call on the name of the Lord in Hebrew.
Sacrifice of thanksgiving. So they killed father and the rest to use them as a human sacrifices for this magic circle?
Calm down, George Kun. This is the culprit trying to provoke us. I'm sure it doesn't mean anything. Thinking about it will only poison the heart.
And looks like there's some English in here. Happy Halloween for Maria. I get it. And the key to open this door was handed to Maria. Is that what's going on?
Happy Maria.
Well, this is the chapel after all. Maybe Maria doesn't mean Maria-chan, but the Virgin Mary. In that case, you could read this as a blasphemy against God in the name of Halloween. They say witches who make contracts with demons swear to defile God's name at all times. In that sense, this really is witch-like crime.
Sounds like you know a lot about it. Did you get that from Maria?
Yeah, something like that.
Chapel, huh? They went through all the trouble of calling them out here and killing them. I'm from the... Does this chapel have some special meaning? O, już mu się próbują połączyć dwie komórki szare.
No way.
Ta jedna zmarszczka coś zaczyna myśleć.
Pro. No, jemu się tam połączenia robią między neuronami. Pierwsze w życiu.
W końcu przynajmniej.
What do you mean a special meaning?
Już po ile tam 30 godzinach? Well, someone carried 16 corpses all the way over here and these elaborate decorations.
Ktoś miał pomysł kreatywny.
We can tell if she called the 6 of them over here before killing them, or if she killed them before carrying them over here. But either way, it takes a lot of effort. Why did the culprit want 6 people to die here?
Ja myślę, że to jest ciekawa instalacja artystyczna.
Możliwe, po prostu Beatrycze czy ktokolwiek jest w ASP.
6 zwłok rozcięte i ze środka są cukierki i Happy Halloween. To brzmi jak taka instalacja artystyczna. Ja myślę, że w
Krytyka
Warszawie
autorzy
mogli
w
to
kościele.
postawić.
Państwowy projekt
No.
na
Konfuzjonizmu.
Akademii Sztuk.
Ja myślę, że w Warszawie by takie coś przeszło.
No, true.
Myślisz, że Beatrice jest warszawiakiem?
No, bo nienawidzę warszawiaków.
To prawda.
Bardzo dobrze.
To miałoby sens. To miałoby bardzo dużo sensu.
Ale mi nie jest z Warszawy.
Wszystko się
Co?
zgadza.
Co?
Pytał Remila.
A
Mm.
w teorii jest spod Warszawy, ale się zachowuje jak warszawiak. Widać po nim.
Wow.
Sprawdzony jest.
Przykre.
No.
True, by doing something that elaborate, there would be an extremely high chance of some disadvantageous evidence being found when the police arrive. It's inconceivable that the culprit would fail to realize this. The issue now is why the culprit went to all that effort.
And that leads us to just one question. What meanings is there to this place, where we found the 6 corpses?
This chapel was important to Father. Even since I was a kid, I was given strict instructions.
Ooh, I came here once too. Got in lots of trouble. Ooh.
An important chapel. Does it have some connection to the Ushiromiya head family?
I don't know. Father viewed this chapel as very sacred, and he treasured it so much that he had redecorated it several times.
Może tam planował swój ślub z Beatrice.
Możliwe.
But as everyone knows, Father wasn't a devout believer, as his passion for black magic demonstrates. I've never heard of him coming here to offer his prayers to God.
As far as I know, the master has never come here. We even call this the sealed chapel, and I found it eerie, like a haunted house.
Zbudował ją dla sportu.
Ej, no ale jak masz dużo pieniędzy, to czemu by nie w sumie?
No, w sumie to czemu by nie, to prawda.
Even though Father even never approached it himself, for some reason he made a servants give it a major cleaning several times a year. It feel like he kept it clean all the time so that it could be used at any moment.
Even so, it's called a sealed chapel. Maybe it's indiscreet to say this, but doesn't that sound pretty cool? Like Fernando, you're an old friend of grandfather's, right? Have you heard anything about it?
I did ask about it once long ago, but I forget exactly how he dodged my question. That's right, I believe he had something like... Someday, perhaps, I too will be able to receive a blessing there. But unless a miracle occurs, that day will never come.
What does that mean? What would he do in a chapel? He couldn't mean his own funeral, right?
I wouldn't believe that of Kenzo-san. He was a man much more focused on the living now than matters occurring after death. Though, this does seem to be a root cause of the current inheritance problem.
Then what would he do in a chapel? Pray?
No a co się
Down in a
robi?
chapel too. Anyway, it sounds suspicious.
I don't know the reason. But just as Dr. Nanjo said, in grandfather's eyes, all this about not being blessed unless a miracle occurred was set in stone as far back as this chapel's construction.
How do you know that?
See, it's clearly written over there. Look, right there.
George Aniki pointed to a relief with rusted gold letters on the arch above the door. It looked like some message had been written there in English. Just made it clear that the message had been there ever since the chapel's construction. Not that good in English. What is it? The door open the unreat probability of sorry, my English sucks.
Bro.
I give up after failing to finish even the first two lines. It looked like the potters could read it properly. No tak, oczywiście. Kto by się spodziewał?
I think it went M, B, T, Q. So, how many did that mean? I think. Anyway, this is incredible. Adding up all the fingers on both hands doesn't even get you close. It really would be impossible unless a miracle occurred.
Gambling!
Certainly, it's quite reminiscent of the old Kensington son, who loved using gambling as a metaphor whenever he got the chance.
Wiecie co, dzisiaj jest wtorek. Sloty z Bank Dream.
Jak ci idą sloty? Coś trafiłaś?
Czekaj. Jest! Kocia Yuki na 3 razy wypadła.
Pokaż
Sigma.
dowody.
Wow.
Dowody
Okej.
albo dowody.
Okej, zrobię zdjęcie szybko. Czekaj. A. O. Kurde, ja mam wrażenie, że może słabo widać na zdjęciu, ale trudno.
No to zrób slashem.
Ale wtedy oślepnie.
Czekaj
Coś
już.
za coś.
Kurde. Ogólny. Wyślij. O.
Czekaj. Widzę!
Prawie widać.
Widać.
Musicie mi
Prawie,
zaufać.
ale są trzy, widzę. 3 takie same.
I żeby nie było, że to jest preparowane, jest w tle Umineko.
100% real.
Też robię gambling.
Hell yeah, let's
Darmowa-
go!
Domowa skrzynka.
O nie.
Po prostu otwiera skrzynkę.
O, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, yes! Let's go!
Masz jeszcze 1 groszy! Dobrze!
No i na nic innego mnie nie stać, przykro mi. Koniec gamblingu.
Darmowy
to było.
case.
Halo, ej, Umineko!
Już! Yeah!
Hey, come on! Can everyone read? Someone tell me what it means too.
You got to at least learn English. How did you get into high school without even being able to read this much? Ow!
Dostaję.
Biedactwo, oj biedactwo.
Mind your own business. So, what's written there?
Simply put, it means something like this. Unless a miracle occurs, this door will never be opened. Unless a miracle occurs, you will never be blessed. Grandfather's magic is based on
Mikali.
astronomically low probabilities. In other words, a miracle for opening this door would probably require an incredibly vast amount of magical power. Ow!
Job. You can shut up now. Rosa-san, did you have Mario take English classes? Looks like it's useless trying to learn English unless you start when you're young after all.
Bro, jaki debil, ja nie mogę, niech nic już nie mówi. Wkurzyłam się.
The sealed chapel, huh? Setting aside whether she was a witch or not, it's rumored that Beatrice actually existed several decades ago and was grandfather's mistress.
Ślub
That
tam
is-
brali.
Just my imagination, but perhaps the master truly did love Beatrice
Nie no, on
sama.
przecież ją kocha cały czas.
However, he was already married, so they couldn't be united.
I see. If Beatrice was dead and could be revived with the power of with the magic of a miracle, then now that grandmother's dead, he could marry her openly. And if they married in this chapel, you might end up with a pretty fairy tale-like story, right?
I don't think that story is so preposterous. It's a well-known fact that father still loves Beatrice deeply. And also, even though I said I found it creepy, I seem to remember that the interior of the chapel was quite magnificent. The thought that father built this chapel in the hopes of having a wedding with his dead mistress
Wiedziałam,
might not be that unlikely.
wiedziałam.
By the time he built this chapel, grandfather probably knew that he would never use it as a church as long as he lived. But he prayed for the witch to be revived by some miracle, and he thought that if that miracle occurred, they could be married here. I see. If you think of it that way, this would be a place of utmost significance to Beatrice-sama as well, even though he knew the chapel would never be opened. It's a story of tragic love.
Wow.
Even though Goda-san was even bigger than me, his words were touching.
A nie mógł wziąć rozwodu i wziąć ślub z Beatrice?
W tamtych czasach to nie był
No.
dobry pomysł.
Kurde.
Everyone was silent, but it seemed that they agreed with that view.
Even though he knew it was a chapel, never to be opened, he still probably dreamed of that day that miracle would occur. Kenzo-san was quite a romantic in his youngster days. I think I understand how he felt.
I wonder. Then again, everyone went in it 4 times a year to clean, right? So much for it being the sealed chapel. Don't we just go in ourselves? That wasn't a miracle over anything. We brought the key, click, and we're in. That's all. This is ridiculous. A może na rączkach coś jest? Typu skorpion.
Huh? What? Then what does that mean?
What are you talking about? As far as I could tell, I'd just been talking around, finding myself a bit irritated by the top story that was turning into. But then Aunt Rosa suddenly jumped on me with a really serious face. Aunt Rosa's face grew increasingly pale. She looked at the magic circle on the door and then at her hand. Back and forth. Back and forth.
What is the matter, Rosa-sama?
Hey, Golda-san, the key to this chapel. Didn't Genji-san say it? He said there was only one.
Huh?
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 It took you all the way too long to figure it out.
Cool prank. It sometimes gets noticed by the adults, and the kid who did it gets all disappointed. If such a prank then gets prank on someone much later, it can really make a kid stay. Mario's celebration just now looked a lot like that.
Yes, that's right. There's only one of those keys. It's the key to the Master's treasured chapel, so there is only one, with no duplicates. It is normally kept safe in the key box in the servant room, but...
That's right, and Genji-san said it had gone missing. So someone stole it, put it in an envelope, and handed it to Mario? And they did it yesterday.
What the? So in other words, isn't that strange?
That's absurd. This is getting bizarre.
Yo.
What do you mean? I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Me neither. Would you explain it for us?
Golda's and Nanja's failure to understand definitely wasn't because they were stupid. They didn't know. They didn't know how long the only key to the chapel had been in Mario's possession.
There is no mistake. It was locked up. I unlocked it. There is no doubt.
Aunt Rosa kept closing the drawer, locking it, pulling on it to check the lock, and opening it again. Her face was becoming pale again.
Until I took the key out of Mario's envelope and opened this door, it was definitely locked. But this key was in an envelope placed in Mario's care. And that happened yesterday before noon. What did you say?
But that doesn't make any sense.
You're right. Maria received a one-of-kind key from a woman calling herself a witch midday yesterday. In other words, from midday yesterday until this morning, when Rosa unlocked the door, this chapel was a closed room. How did they get those 6 people in here, and then how did they kill them? You got Rosa. The death of 6 people had shaken his belly. When we learned about that weird magic circle and the history of the chapel, we felt as though we'd figured at least part of this puzzle out. But that was all absolute trivia. From Monday yesterday until this morning, the chapel was a closed room, but our parents were with us until last night. How did the culprit get into this building? And how did they lock it up again? What are you trying to pull? Again? A closed room again? Are you trying to say you unlocked it with the power of magic? Don't take me for a fool.
If you're demanding that I show you how to open locks with my power, I wouldn't mind, but that wouldn't be the same as me forcing you to surrender. You keep trying to explain it all with humans, only when I've cornered all your fears completely, I will have my victory. Come now, how will you undermine my defenses?
To jest proste, wystarczy kopertę podmienić.
Tak.
True.
What trick could a human have used to defeat them? Hmm?
It's just like the closed rooms last time. Not enough information. It's impossible to reason like this. Any excuse could be made. Any trick could work. There's no way to reason it out.
Ha! Not again. There's not enough information, so wait and see. Your information is uncertain, so it's impossible to use your reasoning. Ha! That's always the excuse you humans use to let yourself stop thinking. Who do you think you are, lowly human? Are you saying you can't even think unless you're like Lapus's demon? You incompetent fool! Besides, you make it seem like a lack of information works against you, but it's the other way around, you see. The more information you're given, the more it will make you suffer. It'll only increase the strength of the compressor that's squeezing you.
Oh, in that case, let me say this. It's impossible to verify that this is a closed room in the first place. If we were already talking about demons, I can play that game too. It'd be possible to prove that this isn't a closed room. Just show how someone could have gone in or out, and you're done. But it's impossible to prove that this is a closed room. You could never deny the endless set of possible methods for getting in. In other words, this is one of those devil's proofs. This concept of a closed room is actually something that can never be proved.
So first you stop thinking with the lack of information as an excuse. And now this? Very well. If that's your move, then I will accept it. Continue.
First off, it looks like you're trying to land at the chapel's closed room. Just a short while ago, I spent some time looking around in there and I couldn't find any way in or out except for the door. But that just means I couldn't find one. It doesn't prove it was a closed room. If there's a hidden door or something that I wasn't able to find, your premise would be blown away completely. In other words, whether I manage to find a hidden door or not, you'll never be able to deny that there existed some method X that you'd let into the closed room. And this method X would be completely that could be carried out without magic. After all, it's a hidden door. I'm sure that in this chapel, there's some hidden door and it's impossible to find. That's why there's no reason for me to reason it out, and magic is still impossible.
Możemy kończyć niedługo, bo jest rozłączony.
No tak, 22 to za chwilę.
Myślę,
masz
że jak
kończyć.
skończy się ta scenka, to...
No plus.
So you will use that logic. How naive.
An unexpected move. Let me make my move in response. These closed rooms used in detective novels, made by mere humans, always seem utterly ridiculous to me. Why? Because they're used the wrong way. When a closed room appears in a detective novel, do you really think it's a closed room? You don't you? What trick did they use to make this look like a closed room? That's what you think. In other words, there hasn't been a completed closed room in any of the closed room murders that humans have built over the last century.
Oh, better not say that. Police will face the wrath of the mystery fans. This is probably grinding her teeth in her grave.
Co zrobiła?
No, to jest bardzo ciekawe.
Nawet nie całego pokoju, całej kaplicy.
Ja w kaplicy. No to nie jest proste.
I
Szapoba.
może to zademonstrować.
To?
Co?
To jeszcze lepiej. Jeszcze lepiej. No to czekam
To
z
jest jak na
niecierpliwością.
biologii, jak jesteście na biologii i pani puszcza filmik z porodu.
Puszczała wam pani filmik z porodu na biologii?
Tak,
To sympatyczne.
Też
Ja
było.
tak, i
pierdolę.
mam
W
traumę.
czwartej klasie
O,
No.
Co jest
Ja nie pamiętam
O.
takich rzeczy.
podstawów.
no u nas też nie było czegoś takiego.
Okej. To ja miałam w
No.
zeszłym roku. I było
But
to
I-
obrzydliwe. Przepraszam, już nic nie mówię.
Jezu, ja na biologii rysowałem koniki z Umamusuna. Szanujmy się.
To bardzo dobrze.
Huh, but I am different. I gave birth to a true closed room, and I can demonstrate it. Ooh, why? Because I am a witch. For the devil's proof, you only had to bring someone a demon to prove that you exist, correct? Well, I conveniently happen to be a witch, meaning that demons are my good friends, and I can bring you as many of them as you like it.
Sounds great. That and the rest use a hidden door to enter the chapel or work out the android. How do you plan to beat that move?
With this, regardless of whether they were alive or dead, the sticks definitely entered through the door.
Czemu to nie jest na czerwono? Huh? Dumbass! The door was locked, so how'd they do?
I opened it with magic and I invited them inside.
Magia to, magia tamto. Ci ludzie
That
nigdy nie
can
słyszeli
be
o wytrychu.
To jest magia. Zestaw ślusarza to jest magia. Dla zwykłego śmiertelnika.
W sumie tak.
Since I can't accept magic, there's no way I'll accept that! You're lying. That door can be opened with some trick. Or maybe there's a hidden door, but I won't accept it any other way.
Flashbang.
Uh-huh.
Perpetual check. That's what we call an endless repetition of moves in chess. It's the same endless repetition as a discussion that won't advance because both sides deny the basis of each other's claims, like our game. In most games, this would be resolved as a draw, but that would put a terrible damper on our fun. We will have no draws. You will either accept me and submit to me, or you will deny me.
At least I agree with you there. We'll settle this without fail. Just as you wish. Oh, oh.
I like that attitude. So I had a thought. I think I add a new role to this game between the two of us.
But something like that will give you an advantage, right?
Of course not. I'll give you the thing people like you always demand. The reason you always stop thinking and then more about it. It's a lack of information. And if you are then given information, you start doubting whether the information is true or not by rejecting the source. Isn't that convenient? What clever little worlds to hide your own incompetence. I'm offering to eliminate that convenient excuse of yours. You should thank me.
You said they entered through the door, and I said that couldn't happen. Are you calling that an evasive answer?
Exactly. So from
Yes!
now on,
Jo, co to był za dźwięk?
when
Yes,
I speak the
czerwona i
truth,
niebieska prawda. W końcu.
I will use red.
Co to znaczy?
Zrozumiesz. Jak ona pisze prawdę, to jest na czerwono. Jak on mówi prawdę, to jest na niebiesko.
Aha, i...
To jest
A
takie
co jeżeli
ułatwienie dla
kłamie?
odbiorcy. No to wtedy jest na
Nie
niebiesko.
kłamie.
A co jeżeli powie na czerwono kłamstwo? A? Myśleliście nad tym?
Ja ci tu już nic nie poradzę, to się tak nazywa i tak się nazywa. Dobra. What is this? Keep explaining.
No matter what magical move I use, you can always keep running away by chanting lack of information and by rejecting the source. Even though I would still win in the end, that way it would be extremely boring. Because of that, I'll be happy to give you the information and sources you so desire.
Wow.
However, you probably doubt each word I say. That isn't bad in itself. I also will use every possible move to make you submit. I don't dislike your weird posture of searching out of our best move for our own cause. But that won't make me a game. So I set up this rule. Everything I speak in the red is the truth. There's absolutely no need to doubt it.
To jest takie
To
dziwne.
drugie zdanie tak bardzo mnie przekonuje.
Jest napisane na czerwono.
To jest takie dziwne stwierdzenie.
Aha.
Wszystko, co mówię na czerwono jest prawdą. Okej.
Okej.
Prawie,
Ale
że to
zauważcie.
na pewno ma zastosowanie.
Zauważcie, że drugie zdanie nie jest na czerwono.
To
No.
prawda! Oje... Masz rację. O. Are you telling me to believe that?
This is a game between you and me. In a game, the rules are sacred. Those who are take that lightly are not qualified to play.
Nie, no zasady są po to, żeby je łamać.
Okay, I get you. I'll accept that rule. Even an elementary school kid can get into an endless argument and find fault with everything. Then let's start it up again, continue where we left off. I'll say it one more time. Dad and the rest used a hidden door to enter the chapel or were carried in through it.
Then I shall repeat what I said, regardless of whether they were alive or dead. The six definitely entered through the door.
Is there any proof?
Jezu, Butler się poci.
Nie
So,
słyszałem nigdy o dezodorancie.
I will supplement the rule. When I speak the truth, I will use a red. And when I do, I will not bear the responsibility of establishing that claim by showing proof. They will simply be facts and the truth.
Prawda objawiona.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
My reason is simple. I
Simple.
carried out all the crimes with magic, so for any impossible crime, I have to do is wave my magic staff and show you how it's done.
Wow.
But that wouldn't make me a game. It would be as barbaric as ignoring victory and defeat in chess match and punching your opponent in the face.
Sigma.
Szachobox.
Tak, powinni
Dokładnie.
odkryć to w Umineko.
Well, that makes sense. Since you're a witch, there's no need for you to show evidence for what happened. Since you can't do anything with magic. Damn it. Talk about an unfair game.
Długo jeszcze, bo jestem zmęczona.
Raczej nie, raczej to
To
się
już
już
chyba,
kończy.
to musi być już końcówka tego.
So, shall we resume once more? The sticks definitely entered through the door. I unlocked it with magic. How will you get around this magic, this closed room?
The key! Genki-san and the others said there was only one key, but it's impossible to prove. The culprit secretly made a duplicate key.
Only one key to the chapel exists.
Ah, then what about this? The culprit made something other than a legitimate key and opened it.
Wytrych.
I don't know what, but maybe a wire. A tool for picking locks.
What is this naive move? It is impossible to unlock the lock to the chapel with anything but the chapel's key. Although it can be opened with the power of magic, right?
A to
Okej.
już nie było
No to
na
już jest
czerwono.
wątpliwe.
Then what about this? There's something wrong with the door itself. There was a way to pass through it while even it was locked. As to what that is, I can think of a few ways. Maybe it's like those big doors on the castle that have a small door in them. It's also possible that they remove the hinges and then remove the whole door before entering.
Bro. Wyciągnęli drzwi z zawiasów.
Isn't this the best century of the human wisdom can manage? Butler, when the door to the chapel is locked, it prevents any and all methods of entry or exit. Assuming you can't use magic, right? It's about time for a checkmate.
Not even close. He said those 6 people entered through a door, but he didn't say it was the front door. They might have entered through another door. A secret one.
Bro.
You talk too much, you incompetent fool. Then let me expand on my earlier move. The 6 definitely entered through this front door.
That's screwed up! The door was locked. It was impossible to unlock without using that single key, and yet 6 people entered through it. How? Oh, to magic, you say? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it!
Are you already seeing the limits of what humanity can manage?
No.
Then shout that you resign.
When one admits defeat, it's customary to shout it out and knock over their own king. So do you resign? Then announce your surrender and knock your king over the kneeling. Anyway, kiss my shoes. There could be no greater joy than forcing a man like you to lick my shoes.
O,
To był jej plan od samego początku.
Wow.
Ah,
Wyczyść mi buty językiem swoim.
dziwny fetysz. Pierwsze słyszę.
ona nie umie po prostu
Beatrice.
myć butów.
No.
Daj spokój.
Może nie masz szczotki do butów.
No.
Ja rozumiem, że 1000 lat ma stara baba, ale nie przesadzajmy.
To jest ta jedna rzecz, którą nie można zrobić magią.
Bro.
Chyba.
Możemy kontynuować, żebyśmy skończyli w końcu dzisiaj.
Tylko ten szybki klip, tak żebyśmy po prostu przeszli do postaci. Myślę, że to będzie, nie wiem, najwyżej 3-4 slajdy. Damn it, it's all useless! So I can't win against the witch? This isn't chess at all. I've just been made to take the losing side in a chess puzzle. It's gonna be about the details and getting a draw the best I can manage.
That's the one thing that will never happen. Either I will surrender or you will. There can be no other resolution. What happened to that bravery you displayed when you said this would be torture for us both? Hey, what a disappointment. What a total letdown. Wouldn't you say? Was she only a battler?
Damn it! What should I do? What should I do? I can see it. I can see the place where I'll face checkmate. It's useless. All my hard-fought moves have been nothing more than me desperately moving my king around, running away from check. No matter how many times I move, I can't escape from check. So even without waiting for the next several moves, I can see checkmate my future. Oh, damn it! Few more moves, I can see where I'll face checkmate. Kroka. Don't give up too sure of me, a battler. I can see myself getting close in a pawn. Then, if we spin the chessboard around, I should be able to anticipate her next move, right? Remember what Kiri-san said. What you're thinking about something, then the closer you get to the very end, the easier it becomes to anticipate. Spin around. Spin the chessboard around.
To jeszcze chyba jednak trochę potrwa.
O Boże.
Zobaczmy, co jest dalej. O, a może, dobra, jednak. No, może kończymy w tym momencie.
Dobra, on teraz zaczyna jakąś nową teorię.
Tak, jak on zacznie kręcić, to będzie trwało długo.
Tak, znowu będzie kręcił.
Już koniec.
Tak.
Dobranoc,
Mówimy jeszcze-
kochaka.
Dobra.
Bye, bye.
Całusy.
Całusy, tak.